switch. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Double RPG here, and welcome back to Double RPG Livestream, where we're going to get back on track with Trails of Cold Steel 2, or The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2 on the PC through Steam. In the previous episode, we picked up where we left off, and we finally got reunited with Elliot and Fee, who are with Machias in the Celtic region. And this time around, we are going to continue where we left off, and we're going to make ourselves one step closer to the remains of Guerrilla Fortress, where the Imperial Army are putting up their last stand against the Noble Alliance. So we'll see how far along we get along with tonight's stream, and this should be a lot of fun. So hopefully you all stick around for me doing this live stream for you all tonight. Now, before I get started with this live stream, I do need to preface on something really quick. For those of you who probably would want to get updates from me when it comes to knowing whenever I go live, so that way you'll know when I go live for live streams like this, that's where I highly recommend that you guys visit and follow both my Facebook and Twitter pages, which is facebook.com/RRPGReviews and twitter.com/RRPGReviews, because when you follow me that way, through the social media sites, you will get notified whenever I go live with my live streams and whatever else I decide to talk about through my live streams and all that other good stuff. So, if anything, I think that would be the best, in your guys' best interest if you do that, so that way you'll get notified whenever I go live with games like this and whatever else I decide to play, because I noticed that it seems like whenever I do live streams and all that other good stuff, it seems like a lot of people are not getting notified of whenever I go live and all that other good stuff. So if it's not, not too much to ask, I mean, just go to both my Facebook fan page as well as follow me on twitter.com, so that way you'll be notified, like I said, whenever my live streams go live, because more support from you from there, not only just from here on Twitch, but not only from YouTube, but also on social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. If you follow me on those sites as well, then you will definitely be notified whenever I go live with my live streams. And it definitely helps me out a bunch too. So anyways, I think I pretty much made my point on there. So let's not waste any time, and let's get Trails of Cold Steel 2 up and ready for me to play for all of you tonight. And we'll see how far along we get with tonight's live stream. And I'm definitely looking forward to it, regardless of, whether or not a lot of people watch it, because I really do have a lot of fun whenever I play these games, or whenever I play this lineup of games, because I really do like the story-driven nature, and I do like the characters, and it's just a really fun JRPG series to get into. Definitely one of the strongest JRPGs in this generation, if you ask me. Anyway, so we're here at this part, so we just need to go ahead and get back to where we were, and we were at the Guerrilla Byroad 2. And if you remember from the previous episode that both what is their name, Leonidas and whatever that guy's name was from the remains of the God, why is the name escaping me? The Jaeger Corps group, Zephyr. They were watching us from right above just to keep themselves out of line, so that way we wouldn't even see them. But we as the audience can see them, but Rian and his group, aside from Fee, don't even notice that they're right on their trail. So we're pretty much going to be getting in a fight with them today as we make ourselves one step closer to Guerrilla Fortress. Alright. So, I wonder how... Oh, Reen. What a bad way to start off battle, man. That's not cool. But anyway, wonder how you all are doing tonight. I hope you all are having a very fun time. I know I am, and had quite a day today with... It seems like today just seemed like it was a nice day to feel very lazy and just easy to relax at home, because... Truth be told, I was kind of bummed out that I didn't get a lot done in terms of getting more of my Final Fantasy Retrospective series done, because, well, I was just tired, and the temperature did go down where I'm at for the evening, and it just feels really cool of a night right now, and I just wanted to take the time to soothe in the nice cool weather and just enjoy me for what I really love most. And I managed to finish off my pre-order today of, what's the game? Mega Man 11, so yeah, if you're wondering if I'm going to be doing a live stream series on that, then yes, I am going to be doing that when that game comes out, but I won't be doing it on that Tuesday night, because I do go into work that evening, so it will be on the night after Tuesday, where we will finally get started with that. And of course, with the month of October coming up, I wanted to focus on some things that are... I do want to focus on some games that are horror-based themed or horror-themed, like survival horror games like Resident Evil, and get back on track with Devil May Cry, with my road to Devil May Cry 5, which I did take a look at the TGS 2018 trailer, and it still looks as dope and hype as ever, and I'm really looking forward to playing that game when it comes out in March of next year. And, you know, just some other things just to kind of spook things up, and maybe, like, some Castlevania games. Maybe I'll try to play Super Castlevania 4 again, and then maybe I'll go into something like Symphony of the Night, or something just to get you guys interested in just for the month of October, with how everything is horror-themed, and everybody likes to dress up in costumes, and, you know, for all the younger ones who want to go trick-or-treating and all that other good stuff. So, that will be my treat for you during Halloween. And there goes Machias with his soothing nature whenever he gets a level up on him. He's like, ha ha, yes! It's like he's so happy to get a level up. Hey, I don't blame him too. Everybody's happy when they get a level up. So, for those of you who have not seen my live streams before, I might as well go ahead and preface. The type of streams that I do on my live streams are a mixture, or have quite a bit of variety to them, but I mostly focus on JRPGs for the most part, and a game like this is mainly considered my main series of live streams for the time being, because I did take a break from Chrono Trigger for the time being, because it didn't seem like a lot of people were interested in watching me play that game. So I really hope to get back on track with that during the month of November, so that way we'll actually continue where we left off, as well as some other things. And I know some people are probably going to ask me, am I going to get back to Octopath Traveler as well, or am I going to save that until January? If anything, I probably might save that until January, or it's put on a status of when I come back to it status. So I haven't really set any definitive date for me to come back to Project Octopath, or back to Octopath Traveler, if anything. But it will come back at some point. Don't be sad. Just do your selfie dance there, Fee. And you should be able to put the hurt on them all. Swift and sure, unscathed, and we're a vanquisher. For vanquishing so many of those cockatrices. Funny that they're called cockatrices, if anything. Ooh, Reaper ability. So let's give that to Fee, because she can use this. And oh, wait a minute. Right, it's a level 2 type of ornament, and we don't even have that yet for her. So if anything, yeah. We're going to need to get some more Sepith, so that way we can upgrade that for her. But at least we do have it on us. Oh, more Time Sepith and Cooling Spray, but we're not in any hot areas. Because we're here during the winter time, and there's no hot or no heat in the winter, except for when you're in Ymir at the hot springs. But we're not even at any hot springs tonight, guys. We're back in the Celtic region, but making our way towards the Guerrilla Fortress. And then once we go through Guerrilla Fortress, we're probably going to be making our way toward the Nord Highlands for our next destination. But who knows? And if we're in the Nord Highlands, then chances are we'll probably see Elisa there, as well as probably Gaius, and maybe Emma, if I had to take a wild guess. Or Millium. There we go. Triple advantage again. You gotta love it, guys. So, I mean, going back to my point when I say that I enjoy doing, you know, live streams of JRPGs. I mean, if you like that kind of thing, or if you like me doing other variety of stuff, like doing fighting games, or as well as platformers and hack and slash type of games and all that other good stuff, then yeah, be sure to hit that follow button right above. And I'll preface again, just to keep up to date with my social media feeds and whenever I go live or whenever I'm going to be playing, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. My Facebook fan page and the Twitter page are on the tabs right below the video player of what you see, so be sure to click on those and they will take you to those respective pages to where you can follow me on those social media sites. Because, like I said,
we're finally here.
Like I said, when you follow me at those places, you're going to be notified of whenever I go live and whatever I do play. But anyway, we finally made it to the grounds of what left remains of Garrelia Fortress. And if you remember, at the end of Trails of Cold Steel 1, Garrelia Fortress, it pretty much was wiped off the face of the map of Erebonia. So we'll have to see what remains are there for it. Modify orbit. Let's get a slot in. Can we get that open? Yes, we can. And then we could put the Reaper on there. Aw. Lame-o. Can't even upgrade any of the ones that need upgraded for the other characters. Not even you, Toval. But Reen is the only one who still is at the top of his game. Okay. Anyway, before that, get that quartz equipped. And you got the Reaper. And it brings about Frost Edge, Spark Arrow, and Demonic Scythe. So, some more abilities that Fee can use. Entering the ruins of Garrelia Fortress will cause the main story to advance. All incomplete quests will no longer be accessible, and you will no longer be able to explore the surrounding area. So, we're going inside, but hey, I think it's a boss fight that we're coming to really quickly. Yep, that's the remains of the fortress after what happened at the end of the first game, or near the end of the first game, at least. But yeah, it looks pretty grim. Not so much of a fortress now, is it?
Prepared me for the reality of how it looks in person.
That place you can see in the distance must be Crossbell City. But what's that blue barrier surrounding it?
Well, according to info I got from the guild, Crossbell's got some kind of new power. And we're talking big, absolute power. No one's got a clue how the damn thing works, though.
It sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Anyway, that power was what allowed them to do this to Garrelia. It's also what's putting up that barrier around the city. Thanks to that, no other country on the continent, Erebonia included, can touch them. The concept alone is so out of this world. I thought my source was just messing with me, but now...
Yeah. You can't doubt what's right before your eyes.
Please. I'm willing to bet Ouroboros is involved in whatever happened there.
Wouldn't surprise me. Whatever happened in Crossbell, it happened at about the same time the war broke out in Erebonia.
Yeah, I would suspect that the Ouroboros Society was pulling the strings to cripple Erebonia's defenses.
So there's every chance they're behind both.
Unbelievable.
There's a lot for us to take in, and a lot of questions that need answering. Right now, I think we should focus on reuniting with the 4th Armored Division. We can think about what to do next once we've met with them.
Yeah, you're right.
The proving ground is on the opposite side of the fortress, right? Then we should head farther inside and...
What was that sound?
Don't move, Machias.
Why?
Landmine. Yep.
What the hell?
It was a new model mine. Thought so.
Good thing you didn't lift your leg off there, Machias, because you would have been, you probably wouldn't have joined us much longer if you had a lost leg from that mine.
Come out, you two. I know you're there.
Oh, you noticed.
You haven't lost your touch, Fee.
Yep, the members of the Zephyr Jaeger Corps. Leonidas and the other.
Heimdall during the national address?
They were. And they were with Duke Cayenne and Legram.
I knew it.
So yeah, looks like we are gonna fight them.
Long time no see, Fee. Yearish, I guess? Still pint-sized, but you've grown a bit taller, at least.
Her muscular strength, reflexes, and agility have also remarkably improved.
Yep, and that guy there is the same voice actor as Gilead Osborne, if anything.
Stopping the flow of time, I suppose.
Careful, guys. That's Zephyr's emblem on their jackets.
Wait, Zephyr? That's the Jaeger Corps Fee was with.
Zeno. Yep, Zeno and Leonidas. Not King Leonidas from 300. We're not gonna say, "This is Zephyr!" Or wait, I already did, so forgive me.
There's no need to be so on guard. We just want to enjoy our long-awaited reunion with an old friend and comrade.
You're with the Noble Alliance, dude, so you are not a welcome person within their group.
Fee, miss us?
You're the same as ever. Although, if you keep using traps to kick off reunion parties, you won't have any friends left before long.
Bah, don't be like that. That's just my way of saying hi. Thought it'd bring you back to the good old days when you used to play with them for practice. And I only set the one, so give me a break, okay?
Well, whatever. You look good, Leo. I'm glad.
Well, we haven't changed half as much in the span of a year as you did. Adults have a lot less room for growth, after all.
I'm already 15, you know. Where have you two been all this time? I tried to find out where you'd gone after you all disappeared, but it was like you vanished from the continent.
Who knows?
Anyway, let's let the past stay in the past, yeah? So, you up to anything fun? We're giving the Noble Alliance guys lessons on how to pilot those soldats better these days. It ain't the most exciting gig in the world. They're not interested in learning from a couple of Jaegers, but they suck at piloting them even when they do listen, so whatever.
Yep, they're not gonna be on our side whatsoever.
These two are Jaegers, right? Sure don't seem that way.
Well, they're old friends of Fee's.
They might seem friendly, but don't let your guard down. Zephyr's up there together with the Red Constellation as one of the strongest corps in Zemuria. They're the real deal.
Could have fooled me.
So these are the people Fee lived with before she joined us.
Okay, I think we better wrap up the family reunion. Wish we could catch up with you a little while longer, but unfortunately, we've got a job to do, and work takes priority.
To confirm, you have no intention of withdrawing.
Of course not.
None. We're here with conflicting goals. That makes us enemies. And that gives us no choice but to fight with everything we've got.
Trust you to know how this works.
Yep. They're gonna fight us.
What are those? A blade rifle and a mechanized gauntlet?
All right, let's have some fun. You ready, kiddos?
Fight everything you have. Unless you want to end up in as many pieces as this fortress.
Oh boy.
Okay, now I can believe they're really Jaegers.
These two served as regimental commanders back in the Corps. Our odds of winning are 20% at best. Don't hold back.
I'm not sure I like those odds.
Like them or not, we have no choice but to bet on those odds. Let's give this all we got.
So, they have gunblades too. Who would have thought?
Here I go.
I got a better idea.
Okay.
So, what I'm gonna do... do this, and Reen is gonna be the one to actually do a lot of damage onto these guys. Makes the best of both worlds for us. But it looks like this is gonna be a pretty long and hefty boss fight that we got on our hands.
It's my turn.
Or, I could be mistaken.
You ain't gonna like these.
Javelin throw. But who would have thought that this game was ripping off Final Fantasy? I mean, I wouldn't say ripping off Final... Yeah, ripping off Final Fantasy, if anything. Okay, so... Let's see. Luminous Ray... or Frost Edge. There we go.
My turn.
Yeah. This looks to be really dangerous when going up against these goons. But we should be okay.
Here I go. Now's our chance.
Burst them. There we go. Yeah. And we even destroyed the things that they laid out for us. Or what they laid out. Man.
Try this.
Looks like our times with going up against these guys are actually not as bad.
My turn.
Kids aren't bad, you say? Well, we're plenty of bad. We're Breaking Bad. Oh, how could you miss, Fee? That was not cool, girl. Hey, watch me do an ultimate shot on them. We're gonna give them a good shot and try to pump some lead into their stomachs. Jaeger Corps. Don't even mess with the best, or you get squashed like a pest. You say not bad. Oh, wait a minute. So we actually don't fight off them in whole, so we just only have to hold them off for long enough, pretty much.
They're monsters.
They're still holding back, too.
Not bad. For being only students, you show great potential. Your academy training seems to have paid off. It's not easy to keep up with Fee.
You think they could handle us if we kicked it up a notch? I'm game if you are, Leo. Who else is up for round 2?
Should have known they weren't even trying.
That 20% is looking more like 0 right now.
What do you all think you're doing?
Uh-oh. Soldats.
Soldats?
The one at the front is like the Soldat Scarlet was piloting near Trista. What are they doing coming from the Pi Road?
I get it now. The attack from the Transcontinental Railroad was just a diversion. They were intending to launch a surprise attack from the flank all along.
What are civilians doing here?
Or Zephyr for that matter. First you disappear when you're supposed to be taking part in our operation. And then you wind up here? Be gone! You're in our way!
Round 2's gonna have to wait, I guess. Bummer. I was hoping to get a chance to try my luck against that famous knight, too. I had some traps specially made for it and everything.
You'll get your chance eventually.
Oh, are you talking about the Ashen Knight Valimar? Well, yeah, you probably would get the upper hand with Valimar at this point, but later on in the story, if we have to pilot Valimar to take you down, then we're going to be fully ready to take you down. Trust me, Xeno.
Down for now, and watch from above.
What should we do? We don't have to worry about Xeno and Leo now, but we're not out of danger yet.
After how much trouble it was to defeat one soldat back near Trista, not out of danger is an understatement.
Yeah, and it was one of those against all of Class 7.
Stand back, everyone.
Are you?
Wait, you're gonna call Valimar?
It's the only choice we have. Heed my call. Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
He's gonna come to help us. But is he fully healed yet? That's the thing. If he is...
What's that sound?
It's coming from the sky over there. Is it an Imperial Army airship?
Well, I guess he would be fully healed. If it only takes that long to heal.
What in the world? Is that the thing they mentioned in the report?
Yeah. And you should know by now that Valimar is going to kick your butts. Right here, right now.
What the? An ash-colored knight? Why is it here? You can't be.
He really came.
Whoa, this is amazing!
Sorry for leaving this to you, Reen. We're counting on you.
Right.
Alright. It's time for Gears Battle number 2. No, it would be number 2, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be. Because the first one we took on was the Magic Knight.
Meddling brats. Go forth, my proud Drawkins. Finish it off while we still can. It's no threat when it doesn't even have a weapon.
Oh, don't you worry about that. We are a threat, even without a weapon.
Yes, sir.
Why do all the Soldat Knights actually sound the same as the Commander?
Okay. Shouldn't need to worry about fighting on borrowed time like before.
We're up against an awful lot of them, though. If only we had some kind of weapon.
Oh, that won't be an issue. There are plenty of potential weapons right there in front of us.
Yep. But which one?
Clever. If that's what you have in mind, we'd best concentrate our attacks on one of them and snatch it away as quickly as possible.
That's the plan. Valimar, here we go!
Alright. It's fist fight time. Oh, I'm ready as I'll ever be. Okay, so changing targets. You can change your targets with the LB and RB buttons on the Xbox One controller or Xbox 360 controller, whichever one you're playing. Just like that. I think we can attack the head? Nope, that wasn't its weak spot. But, hey, I'm still amazed that our defenses are actually pretty strong. So, should we attack the body? Yeah! That's what I like to see. Yeah! Get that body again. Smack that body!
It's working! Keep it up!
Beat it like you mean it, Valimar. You are strong, man. But they are weak. And they are weak. Do it one more time, and we're gonna Falcon Punch it. With a finisher. Destructive Impact! Watch this. He's gonna Falcon Punch with his fist. Falcon Punch! Or Falcon Palm, rather. But anyway, we got one Soldat unit down, and now we got its weapon.
It's down!
impact.
And here's my prized possession right there. I got my blade of my own.
Nicely done, Rain.
I'm just glad that it worked.
So we fight with our blade once more. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's our Rain.
That was quite an impressive plan.
Uh-oh.
Are your Arcuses resonating with one another?
Go ahead and
Oh,
show
what?
me what you can do.
You can now perform EX arts. The rest of Class 7, Instructor Sarah included, can influence Divine Knight battles by acting as secondary contractors. The character closest to Reen will be chosen as his default battle partner. EX arts vary by character. That ought to be interesting. Wonder how EX arts are performed, though. I'm kind of curious. Oh, that one's pumping some lead, huh? Changing partners. You can change partners with the RB and plus the up and down on the directional button. But let's see how this goes. So support, but it's a support for Sonic Burst and creates a barrier of wind connecting quickly. You know what? How about we actually do that for Reen right now? So we can increase Valamar's speed. There we go. Yeah!
Okay, keep it up.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's finish this dude off. There we go. And there's the follow-up we need. Oh, you say curse us, but I don't think so. We're gonna win this. Trust me. Should get the body. But okay, so that didn't work. Get the arms or the head? Nope, the head's our target in that stance. But that's cool how we have how we can have secondary contractors actually do some support abilities with our with the Divine Knight. There we go. Oh, I probably should... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I still got another chance to do it. So, let's do this. The Enlightened Domination. Oh, this ought to be cool. Oh, that is so pretty. All that eye candy, just to defeat it down.
Well done. You did great that time.
Oh, nice. But we didn't get any experience points? Just only Link experience points?
This can't be happening. How can it be this strong?
Well, what's it to be? We can do this all day if you're still not ready to give up.
Oh, Rain.
He's got this.
That he does. He's turned this whole situation around.
Sir, this battle isn't over yet. We still have the advantage in numbers. If we can surround him, victory will be ours. Enough! That sounds like...
Oh, is that Lieutenant Craig? Yes, it is. Elliot's father. Oh boy. Yep, the Imperial Army has come to our aid.
The 4th Armored Division?
Yep, the 4th Armored Division. Alright.
How are they here? They're supposed to be dealing with the force from the Transcontinental Railroad.
Nothing more than a small diversion. And I suggest you turn and run off with your tails between your legs if you don't want to share their fate. Unless you men think you can handle the might of the 4th Armored Division.
Curse you, Craig!
Yep.
If that
Uh-oh.
Right, sir? A sniper? Where are they?
Who did that?
What just happened? Who the...
Claire? Oh boy. Claire Revelt.
Sensor. What's the situation with Zephyr?
Both are standing by at 5 o'clock. No signs of movement.
Acknowledged. Ignore them for now. Focus your attention on the highway instead.
Yes, ma'am.
If she can aim that precisely from that far away, we're likely in her sights too. The Icy Maiden has certainly earned her reputation.
Wouldn't want to try my luck against her. Not right now, anyway. Not much we can do while she's all the way over there. Besides, I think it's about time we called it a day. We're taking off, Fee. See you some other time, okay?
Be sure to keep up with your training. You'll need it if you want to make it through this war unscathed.
Bye-bye.
Who do those damn Jaegers think they are to retreat without orders? All units, fall back! We're returning to the Twin Dragons Bridge. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go back with your tails between your legs. Provincial Army cowards or Noble Alliance cowards. Y'all cowards, don't mess with the Ashen Knight, named Valimar, and his pilot Reen. And the injuries were very minimal there.
Looks like we're safe now.
Hey, nice work out there. Whew. I felt uncomfortably close to death 1 or 4 too many times.
At least it's all over with now.
Dad! Thank goodness you're all right.
Elliot!
Yep, this is Lieutenant General Olaf Craig.
That's the famous Craig the Red, huh? Looks like the real model of a scary-ass military officer.
You got that right, Toval.
About that.
That's what everyone thinks at first.
Oh! My beloved gift from Adios!
Oh.
Why did you talk? Come here into your father's loving embrace.
No way, Dad. I mean, I'm glad you haven't changed, but Dad!
He's a kind and caring father.
Raised in my arms, my boy. What's another 2 or 3 minutes more? I can tell you've lost some weight, but you're otherwise as fit as your fiddles. Oh, it's so good to see you again.
You too. But you're seriously hurting me now. At least loosen your grip some.
That thing I said earlier, I take it back.
Yeah, everyone reacts like that.
Elliot seems really happy, though.
Yeah, it's great to see them together again.
I'm pleased to see that everything went well.
Ah, Captain Claire, the Icy Maiden.
I thought it was you.
Looks like you're from the Railway Military Police. Then you must be...
It's a pleasure to see you again, Captain.
Likewise.
Yep, Claire Revelt. Captain Claire Revelt.
And
The
yes,
Icy Maiden.
I'm Captain Claire Revelt of the RMP.
Just don't show up to us wearing another cocktail dress, okay, lady? Because that was quite a provocative thing you were wearing in the last game we were playing.
We have plenty to discuss. Perhaps in a more fitting location.
But with you wearing a cocktail dress and all there, Claire, you probably would end up being a lot of guys' waifus if they saw you right about now.
Hey, if you would.
Oh, the military exercise field. And Valimar's there, too. They're all keeping a close watch on it. Good to see some familiar faces, too. So the 4th Armored Division, a temporary base. Well, I guess it would be temporary, seeing how Guerrilla Fortress is no longer there.
all the way here. I'm overjoyed to see you all again.
The same to you, Captain.
I had no idea what had happened to you after Heimdall's occupation. It's a huge relief to see you made it out okay.
Funny. I was just as concerned for all of you. As for you, I believe it's the first time we've had the pleasure of meeting. You're Toval Rondinor of the Bracer Guild, yes? One of Sarah's co-workers.
Wow, you've actually heard of me? Though, to tell you the truth, I've heard more than my fair share of stories about you from Sarah, too.
Kinda surprising to see you with the 4th Armored Division.
She got in touch with us soon after the war broke out, in fact. She then mobilized the RMP to guide us to this proving ground so that we could establish a base. We wouldn't be here now if not for her.
Wow, really?
I see your ability to make good, quick judgments is still intact.
Reorganizing the divided divisions was of the utmost importance. I simply did what I had to do. I was concerned about His Excellency and what was happening in the capital, but he always told me to act objectively in times of crisis.
Oh. My apologies, Captain.
I'd almost forgotten that she was right there in the capital when her boss was assassinated, and by none other than Crow.
Oh, yeah. Where's Instructor Neidhart anyway? I thought he would be here with you, Dad.
He hasn't been back to this division, no. We had no idea whatsoever of his whereabouts until a few days ago. But then he was finally able to get in contact and inform us that he was well.
Oh, that's good to know.
Either way, it sounds like you can't be too careful. This base is held so far, but there's no guarantee that'll always be the case.
I wish I could deny that. The Noble Alliance is starting to put more and more resources into trying to finish us off. We know how to deal with their soldats, which evens the odds. We're at a disadvantage when it comes to supplies.
Yeah, that would be bad.
This isn't the best location for getting outside help. The longer the war goes on, the harder it's gonna be to hold out.
That said, we have no intention of giving up without a fight. Our enemies have occupied the capital and effectively taken the citizens, as well as the Imperial family, hostage.
Poor Alphen, poor Cedric, and poor Olivert.
Even should the goddess forgive them, I damn well won't!
You don't need to yell quite that loudly. Besides, I don't think you'll find many who are willing to forgive them. Although, if anything, I'm just worried about how Fiona's doing.
Yeah, I'm worried about Dad, too.
I'm afraid I don't yet have any specific information regarding Heimdall's current situation. With control of the railways taken from us, we're limited on what we can actually do, I'm afraid.
Sounds frustrating.
Regardless, it's my turn to ask all of you something. Bearing all of what we've just discussed in mind, what do you intend to do from here on out?
Well...
Good question.
You don't have the raw power that the Alliance or the Imperial armies got, but you've still got a pretty significant weapon at your disposal, and one that neither side can afford to ignore. You need to think long and hard about how you intend to use it.
Oh, I agree completely. Valamar's power is incredible. That much is definitely true. These past few days have left me with no choice but to accept what I have.
He can take on multiple soldats at once and still come out on top. If used the right way, he could maybe even change the direction of this war. Keep in mind, it's all dependent on the strength of his Awakener.
I hate to toss aside the subject of war so frivolously, but we also need to find some way to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen. If we focus on that, it makes perfect sense for us to support the Imperial Army and fight against the Noble Alliance. But...
Lieutenant General, I'm afraid that we can't answer your question at the present time. At the very least, not until we've heard everyone's opinion.
Oh?
We hate what the Alliance is doing as much as you do. So in that sense, we want to do what we can to help you fight against them. But I don't think it would be right for just the four of us to decide without everyone else's input.
Yep. We need to find everyone else before making such a major decision. We make our decisions together. That's how we roll.
For now, we solely want to put our focus on finding the rest of our classmates. Then, Only then will we decide how best to approach this war, and what we as a class can do to help end it.
I see.
Once a member of Class 7, always a member of Class 7. Can't say I'm all that surprised.
Very well. You may have been separated from Thors, but you still have every bit the spirit of a student. And it is the duty of students to absorb the world around them. Go forth, and when you're all together once again, find your role to play. Only then will I hear your answer.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dad.
I apologize for not being able to give you a better and more immediate answer.
Not at all. What you said was perfectly reasonable, Reen. You will hear no objections from me, whatever path you choose. I hope you see it through to the end, with all the inner strength and conviction of a son of Erebonia. That said, I'm conflicted about sending my dear Elliot away without proper protection. Should I send a company of troops with him? That might not be enough. He needs airships as well.
Oh,
Stop. This is so embarrassing.
you're giving your son too much credit with him needing to be protected. He'll do fine with us. Just you wait, Lieutenant General.
He really is the most doting father I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. Kind and caring at the very end.
100 Mira, the war would be over in no time flat if the Alliance ever tried to kidnap Elliot.
Well, in that case, how would you like me to accompany you?
You, Captain?
Are you sure?
You're currently using Ymir as your base of operations, correct? Not only could I use my knowledge to better fortify it, I could also handle communications with other regions from there. This could be a good chance to reach out and find Millium as well. I haven't been able to contact her since the war broke out.
Oh, works for me. To be blunt, Ymir's borders are wide open, and the Alliance could take advantage of that at any time. We can't have another incident like with the Jaegers. Bringing her back just might be our best defense right now.
I hate to admit it, but you're right. There's a limit to how much we can do. At the end of the day, we're students. We need to swallow our pride and take help where it's given. Especially from specialists like the two of you. More important than all of that, I know we can trust you.
You're right.
Exactly.
Captain Claire, we'd be honored to accept your kind offer. Welcome to the team.
The pleasure's all mine.
All right.
In addition to my duties as a member of the RMP, I hereby pledge my support to everyone in Class 7.
All right. What I like to hear. So Claire is now joining our party. With Captain Claire agreeing to join, they began to make arrangements to leave the military proving ground. Once she'd explained that she had some preparations to take care of on her own first, however, they decided to stay for a short while longer. This gave Class 7 the perfect opportunity to explore the 4th Armored Division's base while they waited. And Captain Claire joined the party, yep. And Rhea and Claire can now use overdrive when linked with one another. Well then, I suppose we might as well take a look around. We're meeting her in front of Valimar, right? That's right. We should head there as soon as we're finished up here. Got it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Dad said they're looking after a couple of Thor students at this base camp. Really? They could very well be someone we know. We should go and see if we can meet with them. I'm game. Let's go. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Patrick and the purple-haired chick. But anyways, we better make some preparations before we head to our next destination. And I think our next destination is going to be in Nord, if I remember correctly. It's no use. I just can't tune in. Is that you, Monk? Oh, hello. I heard you guys were here. Glad to see you're all safe, though. Same to you. Impressive work to make it all the way here from the Academy. I suppose it is, but we first years had a lot of second years helping us escape when the Academy was first attacked. After that, the 4th Armored Division took me in and gave me shelter, so here I am. It's not that interesting of a story, really. Worst yet, it's kind of cliched. that'd get read on the radio even if I sent it in. We're not really looking to be gripped here. We're alive. Why are you so down? Why do you think? It's practically impossible to tune into any radio stations around here. Even if, by some miracle, you do manage, it's all war, war, war all the time. It's so incredibly tedious. To make matters worse, there hasn't been an Abendtime broadcast since war broke out. Well, you wouldn't give any Abendtime if you knew exactly how much of a conniving witch that Vita Clotilde is there, monk. I lived for that show. Lived for it. Oh. That's not the one that Vita hosted, is it? Yes it was. Rena and I used to listen all the time, but that was back before we knew its host's true colors. Hey, don't let it get you too down. You're still breathing, that's something. I guess, even if it feels like my love has been stolen from me, I can't stay gloomy like this forever. Finkel and Einhorn. And in case if you guys didn't know what that reference is from, then you need to watch Nintendo Capri Sun's Let's Play series on Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies on the Nintendo 3DS through Case 4. Wow, that was a pretty deep depression. Then let's leave him to wallow in it. We got better things to do. Yeah, we do. That we do. Now where's the other Academy student? Probably at the shop? Yes, right here. Monica. It's good to see you all again. I had a feeling you were the new arrivals I heard about. Monica! Oh, you're Laura's friend from the swimming club. Then the army took both you and Monk in? That's right. And I've been trying to help them out ever since. Sounds like you've had a pretty rough time. It beats the alternative. I'm just glad Klein helped us get this far, even if we did end up getting separated. You guys haven't met up with Laura yet, have you? I was kind of hoping that you would have. Us too. We're just not exactly sure where she is right now. We do think we're getting closer, though, so it should just be a matter of time. Really? Trust us, there's nothing to worry about. Yep, we'll find her. Promise. Thank you all, that's really reassuring. Be sure to say hi to her for me whenever you do find her. Of course. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and shop for some other stuff. Oh boy, we will need to get on with the fiber jackets for our characters, as well as the spiked boots, so... Go ahead and get you both equipped with those each. So that way we take care of your... all your problems with whatever you have, that's... Okay. We really don't have that much on our cooking. Or ingredients, I mean. Even though we do have some things. Okay. Master Quartz, oh, the Megalith we already still have. Exchange. Our Sepith Mass, we'll definitely get rid of all that. The Sepith Mass, that is. Not the other Sepith that we have on us. Modifier ornaments, see if we can try to modify some. Oh yeah, we still haven't even upgraded Reen to level 3, or level 2 yet on these. I forgot about that. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can upgrade anything else for our characters. Such a shame, but it is what it is. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Slot. We do have... Oh, wait a minute. Captain Claire, she's not even with us right now. And we can't even customize any of our other weapons, too, because, well, we already have them equipped. So, if anything, I think we pretty much just got what we have on us right now that we can take with us. So, if anything, I think we are good to go. Oh yeah, the lighter. I forgot that you still had that. Okay. And Captain Claire's gonna be by Valimar too, so we'll see how... let's see if there's anything else that's worth looking at. Well, there's Claire right there, so we just need to meet up with her after we're done, but we're not quite finished yet. Hopefully there's another build. Yeah, I think that other building is something we can look into as well. But I probably don't even have stronger weapons. But it is a rest area. But we don't really need to rest, as we're pretty much okay, but it is a shop, but, yeah, we're not gonna need to do anything around here, so I think, we pretty much got this in the bag. Oh, Gambler Jack 2, Chapter 2. Didn't find any recipes around here, so we can't even come up with new recipes. And, hello there, Fighter Cows. Yeah, it's been a slow week for me, buddy, so, it's good to see that you made it onto the stream. I mean, you're really the only person who has, talked on the stream. Well, I mean, talked in the chat, so, yeah, it's been a pretty slow week for me. And it's sad, too. I'll leave the RMP in your care, then. First Lieutenant, continue your present activities while gathering info, using this area as your base. Second Lieutenant, your objective should be to make contact with the other armored divisions elsewhere. Yes, ma'am. By the way, Captain, will you have any need of this equipment I've gathered? Yes, I think I will. Alright, so let's just go over to where Valimar is, and then we'll be all set. Well, this is where we're supposed to wait for the captain to finish up her preparations. Is there anything else we need to do, or should we just wait here? Might as well go ahead and wait here while we're at it.
Sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
Oh, whoa.
Oh.
She's not in her traditional outfit, so she's wearing more casual attire for this war. I see the esports stuff going on, but other than that, I don't know why it's been slow this week. Yeah, I know, right? And you figure that I've been trying so hard to announce to everybody that I'm live with my live stream. Wait a minute. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to hit the follow train as well. So maybe that's a good reason why I don't have anybody right now. So yeah, that really blows on my end. I really screwed the pooch up there that badly, but yeah, that was my fault.
Not in uniform. I'd be something of a walking target if we were to travel to any Alliance-ruled areas dressed like that, after all.
Well, you got a point there, Claire.
It doesn't look too strange on me, does it?
No, it actually makes you look a bit more attractive than wearing the RMP uniform there.
No, absolutely not.
Well, you're not... Well, at least you're not wearing a cocktail dress, or else I would think you were trying to seduce Reen in any way, shape, or form, and get Elise all mad because of it. I was going to ask about that. Going to ask about what?
You just look so different in it that it took me a moment to recognize it was you.
Yeah, it really suits you.
Thank you very much.
Feel like I'm surrounded by horny teenagers all of a sudden.
Oh, God. Oh, Fee. Oh, my God. You totally went there, girl. Oh, man. I really like you as a character. I really like the characters in this game. They have really great personalities, like the Follow Train. Oh, yes, the Follow Train. Oh, yes. Even when I've been using the Follow Train, it just seems like that nobody has been coming to watch me. And I really don't know why that is. But hopefully it'll make things a lot better for the rest of this week and going into next week. But who knows? I mean, anything could be possible. Yeah, so I just now started using it, so I saw the number bump up there a little bit better. So that actually is good for me, too.
Can't blame a guy for falling for a pretty girl, Fee. It's what we do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but isn't that the whole game? I mean, yeah, that is the, I mean, her line, I mean, yeah. I mean, when you take a look at something like this for a JRPG and seeing how it's made in Japan, then yeah, that would be, you know, that would be the whole game right there. But there's a lot more maturity to this game than meets the eye. And like I said, Jerry, if you have not done so already, then whenever you get the money, and if you still have your PlayStation Vita, by all means pick up both you know, Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 on the Vita, since you can still play those on there, or at least download them from the PlayStation Store on your Vita, if you can get the chance.
I think this is one mystery about humans I'm content not trying to get my head around.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of horny teenagers amongst the group. Oh, God. But yes, we're ready to depart. Well, if I knew anything, I probably should have asked somebody to clip my laughter. But then again, it's probably already too late now, seeing as how already far along we are in the live stream.
Given my subordinates their orders, they will be backing you up as best they can in my absence. Should you need anything, let them know. They will be able to get in contact with me if need be.
Very well. Leave everything here to us. In return, I will be counting on you to support the young lions of the Academy.
I will, sir.
Elliot, I'm astounded by just how much stronger you've become in less than a year. You might not appreciate me saying this, but everything you've done has just confirmed in my mind that sending you to Thor's was the right choice after all.
You got that right.
Honestly, Dad, I feel the same way. It wasn't what I wanted to do originally, but if not for enrolling there, I never would have met all of my friends. So while I couldn't imagine I'd ever feel this way at the time, I'm really grateful to you now.
I'm glad to hear that. Looking at you now, it's clear that you're finally ready to forge your own path through life and make your own choices. As such, once this war is over and this nation is back to the way it was, if you still wish to live your life as a musician, you will have my full support.
Oh, the Lieutenant General Craig, voiced by Chris Sabat, sounds like him. Actually, there, Jerry, I don't think it's actually him. But if you want to check out BehindTheVoiceActors.com, then they should have a list of, they should have a page for Trails of Cold Steel 2 for both the English and Japanese voice actors in this game. So if you take a look for General Olaf Craig, OLAF for Olaf Craig, then you should be able to see who his voice actor is if you want to check that out. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's him, as his voice is pretty soft. I mean, a lot of the voice actors are more the ones you would actually hear from, you know, along the California region. You know, some of the bigger, more well-known voice actors in the industry. Like for Elliot Craig, he is voiced by Lucian Dodge. If you don't know who that is, then he's the guy who voiced Zoisite from the Viz dub of Sailor Moon.
You actually allow that?
And who's voicing Fee is actually Cassandra Morris, who actually played Sophie in Tales of Grace's F.
I'm true to my word. You needn't rush to decide what you want to do now, though. I imagine that if you keep fighting alongside your classmates, you will eventually realize what you want to do. And a choice reached after long, serious thought is not one you will regret.
Thanks, Dad. To tell you the truth, I'm really not sure what I want to do anymore. But by this war's end, I'm sure I'll know too.
That's my boy.
My boy, this is the peace that all heroes strive for. But at least for General Craig, he would actually sound more tolerable than the King of Hyrule in the Zelda CDI games.
Well, I wish all of you luck and good health. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
Bye then.
The best to you too, sir. Take care, Dad.
Well, it's time for us to make our way towards our next region. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be dropping off Claire over in Ymir, as that is our base of operations for the time being. Yep, and we're back in the Ymir Valley. Huh? Why does this place look so familiar? Because it's the end of Ymir Valley. We came here during our trip. And that whole thing, when they said when he came here during our trip, that didn't actually happen in the previous game. It was mentioned in the previous game, in the prologue to the final chapter, but there was actually an audio drama for the events that happened during that time. And if you go to Trails of Cold Steel 2's website, the English website, they actually do have a transcript. They actually do have a translated script of the whole audio drama during that entire bit, if you guys want to check it out too. And it definitely has the characters giving their, you know, it doesn't have any audio dialogue, but it does have the characters speaking in text. Looks like we managed to make it back safely. I just noticed, and by the way, I just noticed that too when I was watching it. Not just watching it, but when I was going through the, you know, just going through the backstory of the previous game when I was starting up this live stream series last week. So that's where, you know, where I actually, you know, managed to know more about the audio drama script. Wow, we seriously traveled all that distance? Just like that? Oh, okay. Did you check out IMDb? He may be on there, but if not, then I could always search afterwards. But if he's not, but if you can't even find out who he is, then that's okay. My legs feel kind of like jelly. But then again, you would, this game, anything with, any games that don't have the names of the voiceovers for their characters, then you know that a game like this is a non-union project, where if you see the names of characters in another game, then, or in another game that actually do have their names in the credits, then that is a union-based type of game, or a game that has union voice actors in them, because, you know, the voice actors do wish to be credited in their games. It's astounding what your Divine Knight is capable of. And in the same vein, it's disturbing to think the Azure Knight may be capable of this as well. Oh, found it on IMDb. Oh, cool. Now that's awesome. You got that right. No, that cannot be Troy Baker voicing the character Lieutenant General Craig. But then again, you know, that actually makes me really curious now there, Fighter Chaos, because you know that Troy Baker, he's actually been more adamant to be doing a lot of union voiceover work, because he does want to get paid for the voiceover work that he does for video games. But it seems like whenever it comes to a game that doesn't need doesn't need union people, then he's not going to be anywhere in it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to look that up after I get done playing this for tonight. You got that right. The last thing we need out there showing up right in front of us out of nowhere. Keep in mind, using the Spirit Path consumes plenty of mana, and the places where it can use it are limited. It has its uses, yes, but personally I think there are too many negatives to design a full-scale operation around it. Yeah, you got that right. But hey, you know, if that is Troy Baker voicing... If that is Troy Baker voicing Lieutenant General Craig, then I have to say, that's actually a pretty darn good voice, too. Entering inactive state for Valimar. Hey, it's what IMDb said. Shrug shoulders. It says he was credited as Troy E. Baker. Oh, okay. I'll definitely have to take a look at that. Thank you there, Jerry. Is he alright? And, you know, if you also check out his Wikipedia, he does have his, you know, it does have the list of games he was a part of, too. So maybe if you check on there and, you know, check him out and see if he is actually credited for that character, then, hey, that'd actually be pretty cool. Because if it does say that he actually plays him on there, then yeah, that's then we can totally confirm that it is his voice. Between the battle earlier and using the Spirit Path to get here, we must have used up all the mana he had, or mana. Just let him rest for a day, and he should be able to recover enough to travel again. And if you haven't even heard today, Fighter Cows, looks like Troy Baker actually confirmed on Twitter that Bandai Namco did not approach him to record any additional lines for his character Yuri Lowell, the main protagonist of Tales of Vesperia, who he played in 2008, but not coming back for the definitive edition, which comes out in January of next year, which I do intend to pick up, by the way. I guess it's good night for you, huh? Thanks, Valimar. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to reunite if not for your help, so thanks. You need not thank me. Do not hesitate to call me again should the need arise. Alright, looks like Valimar's going to sleep, and now we need to get back to Ymir before the sun sets, so let's watch our step. But the monsters here, they really shouldn't give us any trouble if we have to go through that mountain again, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Nope, we're back in Ymir, safe and sound. And there's the evening, relaxing music coming into effect. But yeah, Bandai Namco not approaching Troy Baker to come back for the character of Yuri Lowell. Yeah, they're tripping, if you ask me. They got everybody else, but not him? That's like, come on! It looks like he's sleeping a lot more peacefully now. Father Bernard said his condition has been gradually improving. He also said it will likely be some time before he regains consciousness. Baron Teo Schwarzer. Or Teo, rather. I see. If there's anything that we can do to help, please don't hesitate to tell us. We're guests, so we need to chip in and do our part. Reen, your friends are always so sweet. I appreciate the offer, but I know how tired all of you must be. I think it would be best if you spent the day relaxing. Perhaps you can even set tomorrow aside as a day off. That is a good point. But why not? Valimar's out of commission anyway, so we're gonna be here whether we like it or not. Yeah, Wikipedia does not have him credited for Trails of Cold Steel, but IMDb does. One of them is incorrect. Yeah. I wonder which one is the more incorrect, that is. Plus, you've got to get some R&R while you still can. It's hard to take it easy when we're still not sure if the rest of us are even safe. Much as I agree with you, Elliot, I think they're probably right. We need to be at our peak when we're out looking for them. Can't argue with that logic. Like Celine said, we're stuck here anyway, so let's make the most of this well-deserved break. Roger. I think I'll start tinkering with the town's communications equipment then. Alright, so we go into day 4, a few days later, and we're having a rest day in Ymir. I wonder if we're going to have any more tasks to take care of while we're here. Feels kind of weird to have a day off. I guess I could kill some time by hanging out with the others. It wouldn't hurt to go out in the valley and get some light exercise in either. So pretty much we're going to receive bonding points. And yes, this little feature comes back from Trails of Cold Steel 1 too. On days off, you can view bonding events with Reen's classmates and other support members. These events require bonding points. Viewing a character's bonding event raises the link level between Reen and that character. Yep, just like in the previous game. So we might as well take advantage of that. To advance the story, inspect the door at Reen's room and select Rest. Occasionally, there will be key events which must be viewed before proceeding. Yep, we're gonna have to see where everybody is, too. Alright, so looks like Fee's in the Schwarzer mansion, as well as Machias before the Phoenix Wings Inn, and Elliot is at the tavern, Toval's at the footbath, and Captain Claire is near the funicular station, or whatever it is, and there's an event within the Ymir Valley. So looks like we got our day. Looks like we got quite a day for us to, have a good old rest day here before we have to head on out. So yeah, I would assume that the wiki is actually the more correct one, if you ask me too, there, Jerry. So, and definitely thank you for taking the time to actually look that up too. Sometimes I just need your help to be encyclopedic knowledge at times, or, you know, either from you and Jeff. IMDb bleeding lists Richard Donner and Hans Zimmer as part of the crew for the game. Wait, what? No. Richard Donner and Hans Zimmer are not a part of the crew for this game. This is a Japanese game, and they are from members of Nihon Falcom who actually worked on this game. Richard Donner is a film director, and Hans Zimmer is a film composer. So, yeah, IMDb, get your stuff straight, please. That is not right. Okay, definitely do that there, Jerry, when you get the chance. Breakfast was really good today. Your mom's a talented cook. I'm a little jealous, honestly. I wish I could do that. Huh, never expected Fee would be interested in cooking. I'm not great, but maybe I could help her out. So, and we do have 2 bonding points, so we might as well make the most of them while we can. Well, it's never too late to start, since we've got the day off. Why don't I help you practice? Would you? Thanks, let's do that. Sure, let's move over to the kitchen and get started. Yeah, maybe you can improve on your cooking there, Fee, and maybe you can impress Laura next time when you both meet. Since you both are BFFs. Leeks, cabbages, squash, onions, radishes, carrots, tomatoes. Look like potatoes, too? Yeah, I just saw your Facebook group post there, or a Facebook Messenger post there, Jerry. Yeah. Some serious... Oh, man. Hard to imagine that IMDb would get some things way wrong when, you know, a lot of people don't think that Wikipedia is actually a reliable source, which it can be at times. So, what are we making? You've got a lot of different ingredients together, that's for sure. Field rations. We've still got a lot more traveling ahead of us, so I thought it'd be a good idea to prep some. Field rations? Like the ones used by the army? That's actually not a bad idea, Fee. There's no telling what kind of situation we could find ourselves in. Was someone high writing that? Oh, well, yeah. Or anybody could be high and just write a bunch of nonsensical crap either on Wikipedia or IMDb if they want to, but somebody else would still correct them. So, you know how to make them? Yep. I helped make them back in the core, and it stuck with me. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention too, Fighter Cows. Speaking of Troy Baker, even though he is more in line to do work in Union for his voice acting work, he did a dub for a character in a game that was put out by Xseed Games for the PlayStation Portable, which is Lunar Silver Star Harmony. He was actually the voice of the main antagonist in that game, Galleon. So yes, he actually did voice a character that Xseed Games put out. So that actually ought to blow your mind right there if you haven't found that out already. Yeah, if the sources are cited correctly on Wikipedia, then, you know, they are pretty good and reliable at times. Came in handy when we were lying low in Celtic, too. Sounds like learning really paid off. Alright, I'm ready when you are. Bee then began teaching Ring the best way to make field rations, their difference in experience all too obvious. Eventually, the time to sample their new creations came, and... oh boy. Look like big, huge chunky pieces of chocolate. Chocolate chunks! Well, they certainly taste unique. In the sense that they don't really taste much like anything at all. Makes me think of the food we had at Gorelia Fortress. Gotta get that Silver Star Harmony, as you know how much I love Lunar. Oh yeah, you do. And, you know, hopefully you'll get it in time for when you have to do your own live stream series for the Geek Fighters for that game. Or if you decide to do one solo for that. Or if you know, want to take the easier route, if you know what I mean. This tastes even worse. You don't eat them for fun, though, just to get nutrition in the field. Elliot and Machias didn't have an easy time with them. It was like they had the life drained out of them. You know, I get that they're just to have food to eat in combat situations, but why not try to make them a bit tastier? Nourishing bland chunks. Yep, of really bad military rations. Why? Well, I'm sure you and Captain Claire are used to eating food like this, but to say the rest of us aren't is an understatement. And besides, if you're going to take the time to make food, wouldn't it be better if everyone could enjoy it? I guess. Keeping morale up is just as important as keeping everyone fed. It'd be a good chance to put the cooking classes at the academy to use, too. Yeah, ready to see what we can do? Well, it's time to see what we make up. Thus, the experiment to make a new kind of ration that tasted reasonably edible began. After scouring the mansion, they threw in one ingredient after another. As one might expect, this also led to one failure after another. In the end, they eventually gave up and asked Reen's mother, who was more than happy to help. Can't wait to see what this looks like. Ooh, now that looks tasty. Wow, these are pretty good. Yeah, they are. Hooray. Oh man, she said that very nonchalantly, like she wasn't even really excited. Soldiers called them meals rejected by the enemy. Hard to believe adding a few herbs could make this much of a difference. Seems like there's more to cooking than meets the eye. Just like how seeing a bunch of Transformers in the cartoon, the Gen 1 cartoon, that was more than meets the eye. Looks like Neapolitan ice cream. Yeah, it kind of does. But they have herbs in them. Agreed. It's not easy, but putting in the effort's worth it in the long run if these rations have anything to say about it. True, I had fun prepping them together with someone, too. Unlike in the core. Did you say something? Just that it was a good learning experience. Thanks, Reen. You know, if I didn't have any problems with my triglycerides and all that, I would still go for some ice cream right now. They tried making a few more of their own new rations while they still had the recipe fresh in mind. Your bond with Fee strengthened. And that got us to level 3 as well, so cool. And I do a powerful strike and she does a deadly assist. Yep, those rations have herbs in them to give a better taste. I mean, sometimes herbs in anything that you eat, whether it be like a Thanksgiving turkey and that kind of stuff, they actually do add in really good flavor to the taste and all. Who should be our next person? We have we haven't really bonded with Claire that much, seeing as how we didn't bond that much with Fee or Machias either, so... why don't we go see how Captain Claire's doing? We might as well do a bonding event with her, just for the heck of it. Yep, social link up, so... Kind of does have a bit of of gameplay elements that you would expect from, like, the Persona games, if that were to make sense. Last night, I took the liberty of modifying the station's communication equipment to let the village more easily reach the RMP. Herbs are special on April 20th. Yes, they are. In theory, this will allow them to inform us of any incoming danger, and in turn allow us to be more thoroughly prepared. Ideally, I'd also like to make note of any possible points of entry into the village. I can't thank you enough, Captain. The people here can rest easy knowing they've got your team watching over them. No thanks necessary. It wasn't as if I left my RMP duties behind when I decided to accompany you. I believe that it's the best way I can honor His Excellency's legacy too. I would wonder if anything I could do to help her keep the village safe, so might as well go ahead and spend some time with her while we're at it. I want to keep this place safe, so just say the word. Would you mind guiding me to the outskirts of town? There's one concern that I'd like to put to rest if I can. Gladly. Reen guided Captain Claire down the mountain slope to where she wanted to go. Well, here we are. This is the place. This does seem like a safe enough route to go to and from the village. All the more reason it was worth investigating. If it's safe for us to use, then it's safe for would-be intruders to use too. Actually, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of it like that before. Still, now we know. I've already seen I've already seen to it that the route those Jaegers used is secured, but I'd like to take similar measures here too. Now, to mark this area on my map as a potential target for security Something's here! Oh boy. There's so many of them! They must have surrounded us while we were busy talking, which means this location also has plenty of blind spots. Taking on this many at once isn't going to be easy. We should try to find an opening to... No, there's no need for that. Let me take care of this. It won't take but a moment. Well, look at that confidence in our girl Claire. Against all of these things? She does have a gun, you know. Since she is in our party, so she would be able to use her S-Craft in this, She would use her S-Craft if she could, and I guess this would actually give us access to her S-Craft that we can actually use in this game. Oh my god, that almost looked like a pentagram she was forming with her gun. Whoa. Like I said, a moment. Still, not only is this an easy route for invaders to navigate, it doubles as excellent camouflage along the way. I'll have to put plenty of thought into how to best secure this route. That was incredible, Captain. Not only did you take those monsters alone, you took them all down in one fell swoop. I can still hardly believe it. Not at all. It was nothing special, really. I'm only estimating the point of impact for the mere devices based on their positions, reflection speeds, and trajectories. Performing complex calculations like that on the fly sounds pretty incredible to me. Her move is like Rubedo's in Xenosaga, and yeah, I'm sure it was what she formed. Oh, Japan. Well, yeah, I mean, this game, it does have some... I mean, the whole Legend of Heroes games, they actually do have some references to other video games and anime, so that would only make sense if... you know, the Rubedos in Xenosaga was actually what made the cut into this game with what Claire did for her S-Craft. To say nothing of the fact that you're doing it in the midst of a tense combat situation. You know, I think I underestimated just how much you're capable of. You're really capable of. Now I know how you came to be known as the Icy Maiden in the first place. I admit, it's a little embarrassing to be praised quite so much. His Excellency was the one who gave me that name, actually. I just wish I could have repaid him for all that he did for me. He was the one who gave me a sense of belonging when I had nowhere to go. He gave me a place to use my abilities, but... My apologies, I shouldn't be saying any of this to you. I may have been unable to repay him while he was still alive, but I will do all I can to repay him in what ways I have left. You can count on us on that front, too. We're not just going to sit back and force everything on you. We want to be there for you when you need it every step of the way. That's so sweet. Thank you, Reen. Once they returned to Ymir, Reen helped Captain Claire improve the village's security arrangements. And our bond with her definitely greatly improved too. But seeing as how we're at the bottom of the barrel with Link level 2 for her, it looks like it's going to take some time before we actually level up our bonds together. But we no longer have any bond points here in the town, so if anything, we won't be able to do any bonding events with the gentleman. But while we're at it, we might as well go over to... Well, we can't go to the pub, but where is that Orbital Factory? Or no, there's the shopping factory. We actually want to go over here. Maybe they actually... Maybe they actually got some new things here at the Plover Goods and Souvenirs. Only one way to check. We only have one Sepith Mass, so we can only get 20 Mira at that exchange rate. A puppy watch. A small watch with a puppy on it. Part of a set. Aww, with a puppy? Aw, how cute. Dang, my iPad is getting low on battery. Hope the rest of the stream goes well. Yes, thank you very much for joining there, Jerry. It was great to have you on here, even if it was for a little bit. So definitely thank you for taking the time to watch, man. That was good. That was great. Anyways. So yeah, nothing new. Next time when you're catching up on your live streams, I would have to say you will need to get yourself a what do you call it? You will need to get yourself a charger to watch the stuff on your iPad. Okay, so we can actually go this way in the Ymir Valley, if we want to. Okay, there's nothing out. There's nothing inside this house that we can even get our hands on. Nope. Would be nice if there were some Wonder Chefs wandering around this place. Then we could probably concoct new recipes from him. New recipes! Just like Ignis from Final Fantasy 15. That's it! I've come up with a new recipe. Oh, if it isn't Reen, taking the day off? Oh, who might you be? What? Well, what's the matter, Jerry? Hi there, Gerald. And yeah, we're just getting some R&R before we head out again tomorrow. Is that so? Well, it's nice to see you kids made it back to us. Take all the time you need before you go out there and knock 'em dead, okay? I left right when you were saying something. No, I was just saying thank you for taking the time to watch my stream tonight. Jerry, that's what I meant, so, I do apologize if I confused you there. I mean, if you're... Oh, what I was saying there, Jerry, I was actually saying, if your iPad is getting low on battery, maybe you need it, you know, when you're watching somebody stream, maybe you should have a way to get the charger be connected to something, so that way it'll stay charged, so that way your iPad stays charged, and you can actually still continue to watch. But, hey, that's just me. But if you don't even have that option on you, then that's okay. Thanks, we will. Incidentally, what were you doing over on the mountain path? Oh, I was just having a look at the slope. It's covered in more snow than ever. Perfect for snowboarding. Wait a minute. This game is now taking the page of Final Fantasy VII with the snowboarding minigame for this. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, Jerry, when we talk on either Discord. Yeah, we'll talk on Discord. So, I'll talk to you tomorrow, man. It's covered in more snow than ever. Perfect for snowboarding. Oh yeah, it totally slipped my mind. I guess the courses are still up and running? Sure are. You kids did some solid work building them. And if you need to take your mind off of things, they're always open. I might even have a prize or two in store if you manage to clear them. Now I'm curious. Thanks for the heads up. Oh boy. It's time to see if we can actually get our snowboarding on. You can now snowboard from Ymir's Southeast Gateway. Completing the available courses within the given time frames while obtaining a set number of flags will net a variety of prizes. More courses will be available as the story advances. Practice your hardest. Oh boy. So yes, we're gonna be snowboarding. So, yep, it's going to be exactly like, it is going to be exactly like Final Fantasy VII. So anyways, target flags, 22 out of 24. Hopefully they'll be easy for us to catch. Snowboarding time! Yeah, it's a lot more, reactive with the, it's a lot more reactive with the jumps and all, as they're not really that, what do you call it? As they really don't even have that, sensitivity motion. Yeah, doing the jumps is a lot more sensitive in this game than anything. Okay, got the flag, but looks like we're at a good spot to where we can actually capture the flags when we're, you know, going down these ways. Oh, yeah, the detection box is really good. Although it would have been nice that we could actually do some really awesome tricks while we were up in the air. That would have been great. You could have, you know, beaten You probably could have beaten Final Fantasy VII in that regard if you did some really awesome Uber tricks like in SSX or something. Okay, and we actually managed to clear that with all the flags, so we cleared the A1 course. Not bad. It was only a beginner's course, but not bad. Well, here's your prize. Go on, take it. We got a proxy puppet, and I'll be sure to keep the courses well maintained. If you feel like boarding again, just come on by. I certainly will. See you then. Is there a new course available? Nope. So, new courses will be available as we progress through the game, so... But hey, it was actually awesome that we got to experience that firsthand. Can we check out something in the Ymir Valley? Should I call the others if I'm heading out into the valley? Yeah, might as well see what we can find this way. Yep, and there's Claire right there, and she's at a pretty good level, too. Wonder what we're gonna find out here. Hopefully we'll find something good among these parts. I mean, we did say that we were coming here to actually prepare in advance for something. Or just to get some exercise out here. But I guess this is a good spot in case we need to actually get some more practice in just before we actually head out.
Okay, it's safe for now.
But we're not really going to get that much of fighting on. I mean, experience points, seeing as how all the enemies are weak. So by the time when we go to our next destination, all the enemies should be much stronger and they have more experience on them. So, looks like coming here was either a hit and miss opportunity or it is actually a good chance for us to actually see something new. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look who's here. Splendid. Simply splendid. I should have known that making my way upstream would yield better results. Thank you, Mother Nature. This is the fishing experience I've been craving. Trade some angler points. We only got 79 angler points, and we can actually get blind out of that. And fighter's badge if we have 50, and we do have 50. And that does raise our strength a little bit by 5 points for our characters. So I'm getting one for Reen. Yep, he's going to be wearing a fighter's badge on him right now. Well, we can't fish while we're up here. That's the sad bit. We'll keep going along the mountain path. God, I almost feel like I'm in Narsh in Final Fantasy VI. Just going up the snowy mountains here. It's like we're going up the snowy mountain in order to prepare ourselves for the battle against Kefka, since he wants that, since he does want that Esper for himself. The one that has the stronger elements of fire. It has the strongest elements of stronger levels of fire, ice, and thunder, or fire, blizzard, and thunder on it. So basically, Tritoch or whatever its name is. In the more recent re-releases, it has the power of Firaga, Blizzaga, and Thundaga. Valimar is sleeping peacefully. He still needs some time before his mana to recover. I'm not surprised after everything that happened yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what we would have done without him. He'll be ready to go again by tomorrow morning, though, so don't worry. I think he's earned a day off. Yeah, Divine Knights need breaks as much as people do. Nighty-night, Valimar. Well, yeah, there really wasn't that much at first, but this way leads toward Isengard Range Canyon. I wouldn't recommend trying to go there on foot, though. It's a long way, so, okay. So we can't go there. But what's the other... Oh, okay, we can't actually go there either, so we're not going to be going into the Isengard Range anytime soon, eh? Well, looks like this was a waste. So, if anything, we're just gonna spurn our way back down towards the exit. And then we'll go to Reen's room, and then we'll advance the story even more. Oh, not the way I wanted to go. We're gonna see about you, Kefka. It's your fault that you turned the world of balance into the world of ruin when you tried to become when you ended up becoming a god. Seriously, probably the only Final Fantasy boss who actually managed to cause the apocalypse. Or the main antagonist, that is. And for a character, for a main antagonist in a Final Fantasy game, that is one heck of an accomplishment. I mean, I guess you could say that Arden from Final Fantasy 15 is a close second. I mean, he did cause the Star Scourge, if anything. Anyways. It's time for us to head back inside the, It's time for us to head back into the, to the Schwarzer residence. Batto. Huh, looks like he really wants to go play with everyone. Oh. Looks like a healthy, kind of a fat husky, but then again, it's probably because of his fur being all poofy, because of being a, husky dog. Or a wolf dog, rather. Did I go rest in my room now? Yep. Yep, we already did what we had to do, so... It's time for us to advance the story, guys. This is probably where we will get our first report card. Yep. We managed to go up to B6, and we received 3,500 Mira for completing the quest.
Oh, you went up a rank. Here's a little something from the guild.
Unyielding Heart as a perk.
Nice work.
Yep, that takes care of Chapter 1. Or Act 1, at least. Departing Ymir. On Sunday, December 5th. Well, then, it's time to get going. We're going to be using Valamar's power this time too, right? Yeah, the Spirit Path is going to be our best bet for traveling. His mana should have recovered by now. Yes, he should be more than plenty after resting a whole day. I take it all of you are well rested too? Yep. I'm fine, thanks. Come to think of it, what happened to Toval and Captain Claire? I'm not sure, they headed off somewhere early this morning. Sorry for the delay, I thought we'd be back before now. Where'd you two go? We decided to do one more round to check Ymir's defenses. I wanted to make sure the communications equipment that I modified yesterday was functioning properly too. Good news is, everything's in tip-top shape. Which means Ymir's now got a line of communication with the 4th Armored Division and the RMP. Really? Talk about convenient. Still, Toval and I are in agreement that it wouldn't be wise for us to leave the village completely unguarded. So a few of us should stay behind to keep an eye on things around here. That's probably for the best, yeah? Good idea. The bigger our group is, the more likely we are to stand out as suspicious even if we do use the Spirit Path. To even things out, I think it'd be better if Toval or you stayed behind, Captain. You read my mind. I think a couple of you guys should probably stick around too. We can discuss that while walking along the valley. There's no point in splitting up right here, right now. But try to make your mind up before we get to Valimar. Sure thing. Let's get going. We'll see you in a bit, Mom. Alright, take care. I need all of you to come back here to me as soon as you can, okay? Of course, we'll be back before you know it. And with more of our friends in tow. Alright, it's time for us to make our way back to the valley. Gotta get to where Valimar is. Travel to the end of the valley, the story of advance, and it won't be possible to return to Ymir for a while. Yep, it's time for us to take off. Alright, here we are again. Is he still asleep? Looks that way. Valimar, can you hear me? Reawakening from inactive state. Reboot complete. Awakener and secondary contractor waveforms detected. Good, he's recovered enough mana. Man, he really is amazing. I think I'm starting to get used to him. Weird as that sounds. Okay, where to, guys? We should probably double-check where everyone currently is first. Valimar, can you update us on where the others are? Repeating search. 3 of the remaining secondary contractors are in the northeast in the Nord region. 3 are to the southeast in the Logram region. All vital signs appear normal. Phew, they're still safe. It sounds that way. Well, if nothing's happened to me, there's no way anything could have happened to the rest of us. I'm glad they're okay. Yeah, still, there's no time to waste. Like Toval said, where to next? Both Nord and Legram are about the same distance away from here. I think Nord's a little bit closer, though, if I recall. Yep, I think it is. Any objections to going there? Yep, Nord Highlands it's going to be. Nord is Gaius' homeland, right? I've never been, so I'm actually kind of excited to go. I'm in the same boat as Elliot. Considering it's not actually Erebonian territory, I wouldn't be surprised if the war hasn't had much impact there too. I wouldn't be so sure. Do you have any info on that, Captain? I'm afraid not. We don't really have any resources to spare it that far north at the moment. However, I do know that the Elite 3rd Armored Division is stationed there. It's not hard to imagine there being a rising conflict between them and the Norship Provincial Army. That's true. We'll have to keep on our toes in Nord as much as anywhere else. Still set on heading to Nord? We're going to be in danger regardless of where we go, so yeah. Besides, 3 of us are over there. A little danger's not enough to stop me from seeing them again. Agreed. Plus, it'd be nice to let everyone else know that you're alive too, Reen. Nord sounds good to me too. That's that then. Well, we'll leave as soon as you're ready. Just make sure you figure out who's coming and who's staying first. You will need to choose 3 additional party members to accompany Reen to Nord. 2 of these must be from Class 7, while the last must be either Toval or Captain Claire. After choosing your party, you won't be able to change it for some time, so choose wisely. Well, boy. I'd probably wait for you to take you to Legram, so that way you can meet up with Laura, so... we'll have you, and you know... I mean, Claire, as much as I'd love for you to come with us... I'm probably just gonna have Toval actually do the honors. So yeah, it's just gonna be us 3. So, let's confirm. And, we already organized the party, so we're ready to proceed. Time to go. I'll leave Ymir in your case, you two. We've got everything covered. On my honor as a member of the RMP, I'll ensure that no harm befalls this town. Take care, everyone. Don't worry about us. We'll bring the others back safely. Promise. We'll be back as soon as we can. We're counting on you. Okay, let's mosey. Toval, don't say it like a wimp. Say move out or something. Next stop, Nord. There you go. That's a little bit more pride in your speech. Celine, we're ready when you are. And ready I am. Valimar, open the Spirit Path. Our destination is the Nord Highlands to the northeast. Acknowledged. Activating Spirit Path. Oh, and there's the Spirit Path we're going in. It's like we're going into hyperspace. It's not like this in my first time using this, but I don't think I'll ever quite get used to it. But that's fine. Somewhere on the other side, our classmates are waiting for us. Yeah. And we'll stop at nothing to bring them back. Get out of hyperspace, and now you're in the Nord Highlands. Are we going to be riding horses again, probably? I would hope so. Because we rode horses in the previous game, now time to ride Eponas all along again. So yeah, here we are at the main area. Oh, and it looks like the monument area that we were in the previous game is where we're stationing Valimar. Where are we? I think we're in Nord. Yep, we're back in the beautiful Nord Highlands, but we're probably going to be traveling on the Highlands by foot unless we can actually get some steeds that we can ride. Unless if we do get somebody to come around and help us. This stone circle is in the southern part of the Highlands. Funnily enough, this is where we first met Milliam. Oh, really? What a strange coincidence. The spot's fairly high up too, so it won't be easy to see from ground level. We should be able to leave Valimar here without him being found. I'm with Celine. He'll be fine here. But man, what a view! My job takes me to all kinds of incredible places, but this one's right up there. So this is where Group A got to spend its field study for June, huh, Reen? Rionia Island certainly had its share of scenic views, but this is beautiful in a word. Anyway, I think we should get moving. We need to start gathering information on where everyone might be. I'd say we start by heading to either the settlement to the north or Zindergate to the south. That settlement's where Gaius is from, right? Zindergate's where the 3rd Armored Division is stationed too. So that might be our best bet if we're trying to go somewhere with tons of people around. Yeah, they're both a ways away on foot, but either one's worth a shot. Sounds good. Let's go. Yep. We're going to be traveling on the Highlands on foot, so things are going to take a while for us to get to where we need to go, because, well, like I said,
you really wouldn't find scenery like this in the Empire.
Because it makes it easier for us to actually get around this place if we rode on steeds. But it's really not going to be that easy. Oh, 0 arts. I'll go ahead and take that opportunity at this time, so I don't mind. Abecua! Eat lead! And his strength went down. But hey, none the worse for wear. And yeah, the experience is just as big, like what you would expect everywhere else, but then again, we're in the southern portion. So, going to the other regions, it's going to be maybe a little less arduous than one might have assumed.
Flying around without a care in the world.
Talking about the birds inside the Highlands. But still, blows that we have to travel on foot, but I guess that's just how it's gotta be, huh? Hopefully we do get to ride some horses again. Another cockatrice? Really? Yeah, that is a cockatrice. But still that funny look in its eyes.
My turn.
Oh no, they're ostriches this time. Rebellion stormed these guys into oblivion. Oh, Ifrit's gonna be using his Hellfire ability from Final Fantasy VIII on these enemies, but instead of Hellfire, it's a huge whirlwind tornado.
That's that.
That is that. Alright, we're at 54. Way to go!
Treasure chest.
Marble ring in the chest. We're running here on foot. It doesn't seem like it's all that terrible. But still, it would be nice if we had some horses on us. Which I would imagine that they will give us by the time when we, you know, either get to the settlement or at one of the other or the at the Zinder Gate. Man, I had a hard time trying to figure out what that word was, or that place or what that place was. Finishing blow. Yes! Nice finish.
Now that was cool. Thank you very much.
Alright. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh, a taper, or an anteater. Yep, brutal infants. Abecua.
It's my turn.
Right. Eat that.
Eat lead! Or my name's not Machius Regnance.
That's that. Let's keep moving.
Alright, Toval got to 55 that time. Pretty good.
That's what I like to see.
Now that's what I'm talking about. No treasure chests around this area, so we'll continue forward. But if we want to run like horses, we better sprint like them if we want to get anywhere around in this place.
This is the way, right?
Follow the cliff round here, and we'll come out into an open area.
Now's our chance. Let's move.
Let's see if we can actually... Yes! Burst them! Burst them like they're nothing. There we go. Yeah. Now that's awesome.
This is our real power.
2.4 times experience. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that amount of experience we got right there. Now that is fascinating, guys.
I've got it.
Yes.
All right. I like it. Okay. Hopefully we can make it over to the camp settlement before nightfall. Uh-oh. That's gunfire! Yeah. Over there! Ooh, armored units. Ouch. And soldat units. Mm-hmm. You aren't getting away. This is the end of the road for you, 3rd Armored Division. Yep, there's war in the Highlands, and, oh god, this is so tiptoeingly tragic to see that war is actually occurring out here, of all things. In this peaceful resort, too. No! Why is there no dialogue during these parts? You figured that there would be a good spot for dialogue. Ah, it's you. The general of the 3rd Armored Division. He's the same one that we met during the third field study when we went to the Nord Highlands in the previous game. Ah, that damn one-eyed smartass. Hey, the game said it, not me. We'll have to let him have this one. Withdraw to the watchtower. We need to regroup. Sir. The Panzer Soldats are withdrawing. Not the Panzer Dragoons, just the Panzer Soldats. Fortunately, we were able to keep losses to a minimum. The old model tanks performed acceptably as well. Should we pursue them? No. Let them leave. We may have the advantage now, but they still have plenty of strength remaining. Launch a full-on assault now would be playing right into their hands. All units, return to Zindergate. Recover the wounded and prepare for our next battle. Yes, sir. Yep, that was quite a fight. Thank the goddess that's finally over. Yeah, but I guess even a place as far out as Nord couldn't avoid becoming a battlefield. The Soldats might be simple copies of the Divine Knights, but those soldiers still did well in repelling them. That was one of the strategies the army thought up to hinder the Soldats' mobility. And they actually managed to pull it off. Not hard to see how One-Eyed Zex and his men gained their glowing reputation. That can't be easy to pull off. Dad's division is known as the strongest, but the 3rd Armored Division could easily give them a run for their Mira. Well, the one positive out of this is that we now know the Lieutenant General is holding out all right. But why did the Noble Alliance choose to retreat in that direction? I mean, that's where the Imperial Army's watchtower is. Maybe something happened here that we don't know about yet. And the fastest way to figure out that is to ask the soldiers at Zinder Gate. Sounds like a plan to me. I'm sure they won't mind dishing out a few details after that battle. Hopefully. Let's get moving. So, we're actually gonna go to the, Zindergate, huh? But they're probably gonna be our best bet to get some horses, so it actually makes sense if we went in that direction, too.
Let's move.
Give him a good Asher Flame Slash while you're at it there, Reen. Swift and sure. And more great experience for us, too. I'll gladly accept that.
I can't believe there are Soldats out here.
How'd they even get them here?
Good question. Boy, you figure with us sprinting so fast to get there, we'd probably be out of breath by the time we arrived. Yeah, there's a treasure chest over there. We'll worry about that much later. We need to get ourselves some steeds if we're going to get around this place. If we can get one, or at least get an armored car for us to ride in. I wonder if Gwyn Reinford is actually going to be here too, since he does live in the settlement.
Please tell me that's Zendergate.
Oh yeah, it is.
This trip really wasn't meant to be done on foot.
No, we need horses. This is why getting around the Highlands in the first game was easier for us to have horses and all.
We're finally here.
Yep, that's Zendergate, alright.
Zendergate sure is imposing.
And well guarded, too.
I'm not surprised. I doubt that was the first battle to take place here since the war started. I just hope the Lieutenant General is able to meet with us.
Who goes then?
Oh yeah, point your guns at us.
What are a bunch of civilians like you doing in a place like this? You sure don't look like you're from the settlement.
Put your hands in the air.
Easy there, pal. We're not here to cause any trouble. My name's Toval Rondinar, and I'm with the Bracer Guild. If possible, we'd like to request a meeting with Lieutenant General Vander.
Bracer? The rest of us are students at Thor's Military Academy. We only just arrived at the Highlands.
Thor's, you say? Wasn't there a bunch of students from Thor's who came here on a field study a few months back?
Yeah, Reen was one of them.
Mention it, young man. Do look kind of familiar.
Rest assured, they are exactly who they claim to be.
Yep.
Lieutenant General.
Good day, sir.
So he's...
Yep, it is Lieutenant General Zex Vander.
It has been some time, Reen Schwarzer of Class 7. I presume those of you I don't recognize are classmates whose field studies took place elsewhere.
That's correct, sir.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's an honor to finally meet you.
I'm impressed you were able to make it here. The ferocity of this war raging around us grows worse by the day. Come, it would be my honor to speak with you and field any questions you may have in my office.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear what the Lieutenant General has to say about what's going on. The Watchtower has been overtaken by the Noble Alliance? I'm afraid so. It happened not long after the war began. They've been using it as a base of operations from which to attack Zendergate. Now we have to fight off their offenses from both sides of the border. That's definitely not a situation I'd want to be in. Wow. It sounds like you have it even tougher than Dad does over at Gorelia. The situation here is certainly less than ideal. We've been doing all we can to hold out, even resorting to using the old model tanks. It's been successful so far, but... I see. Sounds like it's only a matter of time before the gate falls. Celine! She's not mistaken, I'm afraid. Without a significant development in our favor, I'd expect the space to fall within the month. We're doing all we can to avoid that, but it is a possibility we must accept sooner or later. How'd they get a hold of the Watchtower in the first place? I'd expect it would have been pretty heavily guarded, given it was built to keep an eye on Calvert and all. It was. The soldiers there would have been highly vigilant too, thanks to the attack mere months prior. However, none of us could have imagined the card that the Alliance would play to take it from us. I understand you may find this hard to believe, but we have reason to believe the Alliance has temporarily joined hands with the Republic. Yikes. You're kidding! They formed an alliance with Calvard? But that doesn't... Ereboni and Calvard are enemies! Are you absolutely certain? Because you're right, sir. I do find it hard to believe. I am. The soldiers who were stationed at the Watchtower at the time have testified as such. The day it fell, they came under attack by Republican airships. And while they were focused on fighting those off, they were attacked by Erebonian ships full of soldats from the west. They didn't stand a chance. Oh no. That sounds pretty conclusive to me. I knew the Alliance was desperate to win, but not that desperate. I would have thought the Alliance would understand just who they were making a deal with. Looks like what we have here is a case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It gets worse. Ever since the Watchtower fell, all of our orbital communications have cut out, too. That's true for the whole Highlands, actually, so we can't even call for reinforcements from the mainland. I see. Well, that sure doesn't sound like a coincidence. Huh, we're inclined to agree. From what we can tell, there's nothing wrong with the communications equipment itself. I just wish we can get in contact with Gwen. Oh. Right. Sarah said old man Gwen was staying in Nord. He would be your go-to man for tech-related questions. Yeah, If anyone could get to the bottom of this, it's him. Of course, if you could just call him and ask, he wouldn't need his help to... You wouldn't need his help to begin with. It really does sound like we should do something to help here. You needn't concern yourselves with us. This war is between us and the Alliance. Exactly. Leave the fighting to us and focus on the task you came here for. You have no intention on relying on the help of your divine... We have no intention on relying on the help of your divine knight. I would rather you use it to protect yourselves anyway. You have no reason to suffer because of this war. Besides, you've come all this way. I'm sure Gaius would very much like to see you. Oh, he is. Gaius is here? I believe so. I haven't met with him yet myself, but he left a message for me with one of my men. He supposedly returned here roughly a week ago with several other students. He said that he wanted to assess the situation here before taking off to his home settlement to the north. Then he should be back home by now. Which means we know exactly where to find him. The fighting here grows more fierce with every sunrise. I won't stop you from going after your classmates, but I would ask you that you be careful not to get caught up in any of the fighting. The nomads are preparing to move their settlement farther north to avoid getting drawn into it themselves, I believe. Really? Sounds like we need to head north quickly. That would be prudent, yes. I suggest you use the horses we have here at the gate if you're in a hurry. You can use the same ones you rode during your field study. That way, you'll be already used to handling them. Thanks for your kindness, sir. Much obliged. Alright, so now it's time for us to ride those fine stallions again. Alright, let's head for the settlement. It should only be an hour away on horseback. Hey, Reen, I never ridden a horse before. It doesn't really seem like something I could pick up quickly either. I'm in the same boat. I'm not going to be winning any races, but I can ride one okay. Enough. You two can just ride behind us. Anyway, let's get going. The sooner we can get there, the better. Right. Alright. It's time for us to ride up on some horses. Yep. Here's Reen's fine steed he rode. I missed riding a horse across the highlands. Yep, and he's got Elliot right behind him, and now we're getting the stuff to where we ride on horses. So it's pretty much like riding, us walking, but thing is, we do have abilities like dashing and dismounting and that kind of stuff, so we actually have a much faster way of...
Wow, this feels amazing. Glad I still remember how to ride a horse.
So yeah, we can actually get through this place around here a lot quicker than going on foot, because this place is meant to be ridden on horses, because this is a highland of some sort, with so many plateaus and a large plain and all that other good stuff.
Settlements to the left of here.
We can finally see Gaius' home.
Yep.
All right, let's keep up the pace.
Come on, let's see everybody. I'm sure they're very anxious to see you all. Although we probably should be taking the time to actually, fight enemies, but we'll get our chance to actually do some grinding afterwards. I'm pretty sure, well, they could be there, or else they could be already further north. The nomadic settlement. Oh, it is here. Yep, looks like a vast majority of them have already left. I take it this is where Gaius' home used to be. Quite a scenic location. There doesn't seem to be anyone here anymore, though. They must have already finished evacuating the area. But why'd they leave some of their stuff behind? That's probably a sign of how much of a hurry they were in to leave. My guess is they're somewhere on the northern side now. That'd be the best place in the Highlands to avoid any ongoing conflicts. Okay, then let's get back to our horses and hit... Someone's here. Damn it. Oh, Noble Alliance people. Where did they come from? How long have they been here? They must have sensed us coming and decided to lay in wait. And by the time they move, I'm guessing they're part of a Jaeger Corps. That right? We certainly are. We're known as Needhog. But who the hell are you? You don't look like you're with the Imperial Army. Careful what you say. If we don't like your answer, you're gonna be coming with us. It figures they'd be acting under orders from the Noble Alliance. Needhog, huh? I've seen that name in the guild's files before. They made a real name for themselves for being a reliable bunch. Oh, you know us, do you? First you sense us coming, then you know our name. Maybe you're tougher than you look. No need for us to hold back, then. Well, time for us to fight a bunch of Jaegers. Our orders are to arrest anyone who seems suspicious, and you're definitely that. Don't expect any mercy from us. Ready for a fight, guys? You betcha. Let's turn this thing around. Right. Understood. Yep, we're at a disadvantage right now. Ooh. Yeah, they're hurting us pretty bad. Oh boy. Take care of them. We'll do an ultimate shot just to get everything safe and sound for all of us here. Oh, and they're still not down for the count. Fine. We'll do an Azure Flame Slash on you just to get you out of our sight. But Elliot's in pretty critical condition right now, so Taval, if you can, breathe life on all of us. Even though that wasn't enough, but I'm pretty sure that you can actually do a lot more to heal yourself there. There we go. Alright, now we take on the Jaeger Sword. Yeah, we're not linked. We better get linked. And you get linked with Reen. Quite an arduous battle right there, but we got through it okay. It is safe for now. But not enough to get Reen to level 55, if anything, but that's alright. But still, that was tough. Bah. Not half bad. I can see why you're called a Jaeger Corps. Still, the victory is ours this time. If you know what's good for you, you'll give up and surrender. Aren't you cocky? I'd like to see how much longer that confidence lasts after this. Uh-oh. Why'd he whistle? Oh, God. Leopards. What the? What are these? Monsters? What are they doing with military monsters? Never play your trump card until the very end. That's how battles should always be fought. That battle allowed us to understand what you do and how well you do it. Now it's time to finish you off. This looks bad. Combat pros in every sense of the meaning. Ugh, there's gotta be some way out of this. What was that? A bird? Oh, look who's coming into the fray. Good old Gaius.
Is everyone all right? Gaius, you're here.
You couldn't have shown up at a better time.
I'm just glad I'm not too late. Now, allow me to fight at your side.
Oh, well, most certainly.
I wasn't expecting a horseman to come to their aid. Still, if that's how you want to do things, then... This is the Nace platoon. Acknowledged. Our work is hereby complete. Our patrol is over. We're withdrawing to the watchtower.
Yeah.
Whew, that was looking really bad for a minute.
They behaved like a high-ranking Jaeger Corps to the very end. But that was a communications device they were using, right?
Yeah. Which begs the question, how was Needhog able to use one when the 3rd Armored Division can't?
It's good to see you guys.
Gaius Warzel.
You were right on time, Gaius. Thanks for saving us. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Yep, Gaius Warzel. Or Warzel.
No thanks needed between old friends. Funny. It's only now starting to sink in that it's really you.
Even Fee said the same thing, Gaius.
For this day to come since the day we parted. It brings me more joy than I can express to see you standing before me.
I feel the same way. When we parted, you put yourself in harm's way to protect a guy like me. And here you are doing it again. Thanks for never giving up on me, Gaius.
Of course I'd help you. No hardship is too great to endure for the sake of you and our classmates. As sure as the wind blows on a peaceful day, that will never change. Not now, not ever.
Thanks.
What a relief. It brings me joy to see you two safe and sound as well. I wasn't expecting you to come all the way to Nord to find me.
After we found out you were here, how could we not? Although this place is so beautiful, it's almost worth coming just for the view.
Yeah. The scenery is just so soothing. I'm happy to hear you say so. Hard to think that even a place as beautiful as this is getting dragged into the war too.
Yeah. We can't just stand back and allow that to keep happening.
What do you guys say we talk more while we move? I'll guide you over to Lake Lacrima.
That's where Gwyn's cabin is, isn't it?
Indeed. We've all moved over there for the time being. Elisa and Milliam included.
Ah, they're here too.
Easy. Now we know who the other two are. Whew.
You led them to safety, I'm guessing?
Oh, even if I know the area, they've done far more for me than I have for them. But you'll see soon enough. I'll show you the fastest route there.
Oh, definitely. I'm ready for us to go see how the others are doing, too. Oh yeah, we do make our way on horseback to Lake Lacrima to meet up with the others. Yep, there's the settlement. Oh man, I think that actually is a lot better for a settlement to be there by the lake. Lake Lacrima. Yep, and there's Gwyn's cabin right there. Such a perfect place for, like, a timeshare, if you ask me. Wow. This place is stunning. It seems surprisingly lively, too. I'm guessing that's because of all the nomads here. Was everyone able to make it here safely? Fortunately, yes. Elisa and Milliam should be somewhere around here, too. Bro! Milliam? Oh, Lily! Oh! Well, would you look at that? Looks like some of the locals are here to welcome us. I'm back, Lily! Welcome back! He's back? Wait, isn't that boy with him, Marine? Isn't that boy with him, Marine? It is! Reen's here! Oh, Charles with you guys? I'm glad to see everyone's doing so well. I couldn't help but worry, you know? Yeah, they're all fine. Well, now that we're here, I should let Dad know what's going on. After celebrating their reunion with Gaius' siblings, both sides all smiles. Gaius led them to the lakeside yurt to meet with his parents. Greetings, everyone. For those of you who haven't met me before, I'm Lacan, Gaius' father, and I am his mother, Fatma. It's a pleasure to meet more of his friends. Same. Wait, you're his mother? I was under the impression that you were his sister. Of course, I mean that in the best way possible. I'll take it as a compliment. It's a relief to see you all safe and sound. We were all very worried about you. So were we, especially with the possibility of you all getting swept up in one of the battles here. I'm actually surprised you weren't. We received word from Zindergate shortly before everything kicked off, which gave us enough time to relocate, fortunately. We also arrived in Nord around that time, too, so we were able to assist in moving the settlement here. And that about sums up what we've done ever since leaving Thor's. Surprisingly lucky timing, I'd say. My main worry now, though, is what'll happen if these battles keep up. Yeah, chances are the fighting could end up extending all the way out here eventually. Personally, I'm more concerned about the Jaegers stationed around in the Highlands. Things aren't going to get easier for us any time soon as long as this war continues. But as true as that may be, we would like for all of you to focus on your main objective for now. Gaius isn't the only one you came to find, is he? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Elisa and Milliam around. You know where they are? I noticed Gwyn isn't here either. Is he with them? They made their way to the northeastern region of the Highlands not that long ago. Gwyn mentioned he wanted to look into something there. I believe he was hoping to find out what caused all the orbital communications here in Nord to cut out. Oh, we heard about that. It doesn't seem like the Jaeger's equipment is affected any... Yeah, weirdly enough. I bet you the Noble Alliance has a hand in this. Regardless, I'm sure they'll be back soon enough. Would you like to wait here for them? Thank you, but we'd rather follow after them. Who knows, maybe they'll be able to use our help once we're there. We have nothing to lose by checking. Sorry for leaving so soon, but I don't think we'll be too long. Oh, not at all. You shouldn't have any trouble reaching the northeastern region of the Highlands if you have Gaius with you. Good luck, and may the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you. Thanks. Let's go find our friends. Gaius joined the party now, and Reen and Gaius can now use the overdrive. About the settlement's facilities. The settlement contains 3 key facilities. The Elder's Home acts as an orbital factory, the trading post acts as a weapon and armor shop, and the lodging here also allows us to rest. Use them when necessary. Okay. And the horses. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the facilities while we're here. The Elder's Home. No, we actually want to go to the trading post first. Well, if it isn't Gaius' friends. How have you been? We were all worried about you. Well, we've been hanging in there somehow. At the moment, we're in the middle of traveling around to reunite with the rest of our classmates. Well, best of luck with that. You're probably worried about Elisa and Milliam, but I can assure you that they've been doing very well here. You'll be able to see them soon enough too, I suspect. I'm glad to hear. I hope she's right about the soon part. Alright, let's get ourselves some new weapons while we're at it. Because it is time for us to upgrade to some stronger pieces of equipment. You already have the cross spear. Might as well give you the spark rod. And the Crusader. Go ahead and buy a thing of razors, too. Kind of a dichotomy for Reen to have the wind vest, but then again, we do need to have our characters equipped with better pieces of equipment. And I think this will actually work out well. But still, we're doing craptastic in terms of the Mira. But then again, we can sell some of our other things too to get some... Okay. I mean, you material... Oh, even though we could probably make a pretty penny right now, but let's just get what we can. Okay. Still short on money that we can get for wind shoes. Anything we could sell from these? Oh, man. I really shouldn't be doing this, but I really don't think we need that much of everything in our, in our hands, so I'll just sell a few of those. Might as well make the most of it out of what I have right here. Yeah, we should be fine. Okay. Okay, I think we're done here. But let's check out the Elder's Home, because that will be our Orbital Factory. Yes, customized weapons. We'll get ourselves a stronger one for Reen. And a stronger one for you, stronger one for you, stronger one for you, and for you too, and for you, and for you. Alright. We're all fit in peak condition, modify orbit, slot. Let's see, Gaius. Well, he did get upgraded a little bit. Yeah, okay. Now you're at level 1 for a vast majority of them. Okay, so looks like everything's alright for you right now, Gaius, so... let's go ahead and go look for our friends, but then again, I'm probably gonna save that for the next time when we, you know, when we go to... Actually, where do we want to go? Oh, I think that is the way where we want to go. But, yeah, if anything, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to stop right here for the night. But let's go ahead and leave this area first, and then we'll make our way. Brr, the northern side of the Highlands is a lot more chilly than the south side. They headed to the east of here, right? Right. We need to follow the path past the statue. That statue is massive. I couldn't believe my eyes when I first saw it. It looks even huge from here. Do you know how many ards tall it is, Gaius? I heard the rumors, but it's pretty nuts to see it in person. Ha, trust me, it's even more overwhelming from close up. Anyway, it should serve as a good landmark to guide us. Even then, I know the way if you feel lost. Ready to go? Actually, let's go ahead and witness a little bit more of the story here.
Whoa, that thing is huge! How was that thing even made?
Well, your guess is as good as ours, guys. Yep, that statue is just as big as when we first saw it. And I know we probably should be fighting some more, but since we're already so late, we might as well go ahead and see the last cutscene for tonight. And then we'll do some more grinding tomorrow when we play some more of this. Before we, you know, do anything else. The Ancient Quarry. Are they here at the Ancient Quarry?
This area sure is gloomy.
Ooh.
It's an ancient quarry, actually.
You fought that giant spider here, right?
Yes, we did. We most certainly did. There's a tent right there. A small tent has been set up. Huh? Why is there a tent of all places? I'm just curious as you, but we should leave it for now. Yeah, probably. Oh, wait a minute. There was a treasure chest back behind us, yes. And it's an EP charge 3. Okay. Are they inside the Ancient Quarry? But we do have to dismount. It's been a while since we were last here, not that we haven't even... Oh, okay, so we weren't... That isn't the place where we need to be.
Let's get going.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, but... Hi-ho! Horse! Where was that place we needed to go? I guess it wouldn't be here. The Ancient Quarry and all. Okay, so it's actually a little bit more east. Past the mountain. Or past the statue, huh? I guess it would be. Yeah, it would be in this direction, too, now that I think about it. There's a bush baby right there.
Treasure chest.
Ah, move 2 inside that chest. Okay, we'll take it.
This way leads to the northeastern part of the Highlands.
It's gonna be my first time riding this far.
Yep, they would be over here, wouldn't they? From here on out, it's all new territory for me. How far does it extend, Gaius? This will actually take you all the way to the Calvard Republic. If we keep going straight ahead, you can see the watchtower to the south as well. Which could be problematic now that it's under the Noble Alliance's control. We're gonna need to be careful that none of the patrol airships notice us. Now we just have to find Elisa and Millium. The cause of the region's orbital communications issues may be somewhere here too. But the cliffs are steep and the wind's strong, so keep steady. Gotcha. Yep. Yeah, that is quite a steep cliff. If anything. But is it up the plateaus there? Maybe? I would assume so. Yep, Gaius is in our party. Oh boy. And there's another treasure chest too. We'll probably get that the next time when we play this. It must be up quite a ways here, but yeah, this is quite the sight to take in. Yeah, that is quite a sight. Yeah, it's like I'm playing Final Fantasy 15 all over again with this type of view.
Rain, over there.
Oh yeah, they're in trouble. Looks like a worm from Final Fantasy 12 of all things. Oh, Icy Beast Uncert.
It's huge. I've never seen anything like it.
Ugh, there was a beast just like it in the old schoolhouse. Stay back, Grandfather. Milliam and I can take care of this. Yeah, this'll be a piece of cake. Lemmy! Go, go, go! What? Is it that strong? Ugh, this beast is downright nasty compared to the others around here.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to help them.
We are so screwed.
Now, it looks like they're all okay.
Now, forget about me. Just run. Elisa, Milliam.
What?
Elisa, Milliam!
Are you both all right? We're here to help. Well, if it isn't Gaius, and you're...
Green! You're totally alive!
The kissing and hugging can come later. We need to take this guy down now.
Just be careful. This is no ordinary beast. It's a cryptid. Gotcha. Ready? Oh, that one looks tough. This'll be fun.
Here I go.
Let's link. There we go.
Here goes. Overdrive.
So we're gonna overdrive together. Oh yeah. Oh well, this one we can actually defeat together.
Gotcha. Right. Now's our chance.
Got you. Here I go. Now.
Gotcha.
Leave this to me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you missed me. Too slow.
Now's our chance.
Gotcha.
Man, we're stacking up bravery points like it's nothing.
Right.
Let's go ahead and swap. We do need to get Gaius into the fray, since he really hasn't had that much playtime. Okay. Seems like his attack came off a little bit slower too than usual, but none the worse for wear, if you ask me.
Let's move.
Right.
It's my turn.
Come on, let's get a staggering notion in.
Yes, sir. There.
Let's move. Sit.
Okay, so that's not gonna work, so Azure Flame slash it into oblivion, and then we'll finally be rid of this menace. Yes! Finally, it's down for the count.
Okay, it's safe for now.
There we are. There's the level up I want to see for Reen.
I did it.
Nice. And Tovo got one too.
Down it goes.
Yeah, that should have done it.
Oh, thank Adios. But what a monster! The one in the old schoolhouse was strong too, but this seemed even stronger.
You called it a cryptid, didn't you, Celine?
Right. Ordinarily, cryptids shouldn't exist on this plane to begin with. But there's something abnormal taking place here in Erebonia. And it's not the war. I can only assume that abnormality having an effect on the land is what caused it to appear.
Some abnormality?
You're telling us we don't just have the war on our hands, but something else entirely?
Reen!
Lisa Reinford, yep.
It's really you, isn't it? It's really, really you? I can't believe I'm finally seeing you again.
Neither can I. So, have you been doing okay? I'm glad to see you were able to find Gwyn at least.
Yeah, Wait a minute! Never mind me. What about you? Where have you been ever since we parted back at Trista? And how did you end up coming here? And I can see how you would be with Celine, but how come you're with the others?
It's a long story. I'll fill you in on all the details you want later, but that'll have to do for now. Sorry for being a pain.
Oh, enough of that. I should be the one apologizing. I'm so sorry for all we put you through.
Huh? What are you sorry for?
We knew just how much it would hurt you to part with us like that. We knew our choice would bring you nothing but suffering and misery. We knew that you'd blame yourself for what happened, for not being able to find a better way. But that was the only choice we had. At the end of the day, we believed that was the best thing for all of us, and for this country as a whole. Even if it meant willingly forcing all of the burden onto you. I'm so sorry, Reen.
Please. You've got nothing to apologize for. You're right. You didn't have a choice. There was no other way. But here we are, together again. And it was only because I could trust in all of you that I was able to come this far. I couldn't be more grateful. If anything, I should be thanking you. So, that's exactly what I'm going to say. Thank you, Elisa.
You big goof. This all feels like a dream. At least now I'll be able to keep that promise.
Promise?
And when we meet again, I'll tell you everything that's in my heart.
Oh.
Not now, though. These things are all about timing. No, forget I said that. Thank you, Reen. Thank you for coming back to us.
And from this point on, I won't be going anywhere without you.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Always good to see young people living up their youth. I'm surprised you've got no problems with sharing a passionate embrace like that in front of your old grandpa, though. Not that I mind, of course.
It was just, I got all emotional seeing him again, and don't go reading anything into it, okay?
Sounding mighty suspicious to me.
Okay, it's Milliam time!
Whoa, hold up.
Oh. She jumped to his chest. She was like, no, I'm not gonna wait any longer. It's my turn now. Milliam Orion. Mm-hmm.
I missed you so much,
Lisa and Gaius either, to be honest. I would have thought you returned to the Intelligence Division.
Oh, Reen, that's adorable. You should know me by now. I'm as much a part of Class 7 as the rest of you. And that's why you came for us, right? Because we're classmates?
Yeah, you're right. Class 7 wouldn't be complete without you, Milliam. I hope we can keep counting on you.
Yep, always and forever.
We finally found everyone who's in Nord. And hopefully, we can find the rest of us soon too.
I'm happy for you guys.
Allow me to offer my congratulations too.
Gwen Reinford. Mm-hmm. Grandpa Gwen.
I'm sure you must have a lot of catching up to do, but I think we should return to the lake for now. I managed to get a look at how things are in the watchtower.
The watchtower?
Lacan did say that you'd gone to investigate something.
Yep.
It looked like the damage from the attack earlier this year had been repaired, but are you suggesting it has something to do with the orbital communication problems in the region?
It certainly does. It's got this really annoying thingy on it, you see.
An orbital wave jammer? That's right, there's one set up at the very top of the watchtower. A pretty big one, too. I had no idea. I can't pretend to be an expert on orbital technology, but the jammer is the reason everyone's been unable to use orbital communications, right? It's a safe assumption. It's likely designed to intermittently release orbital waves of its own to disrupt communications. Huh, I think the Intelligence Division has something like that actually. That doesn't surprise me one bit. This jammer has been pretty incredible to be able to affect a place as huge as the Highlands, though. Equally impressive is the fact that it's designed to allow for certain devices to operate as normal. The Noble Alliance can communicate the same as always, but no one else can. Instructor Neidhart covered this in class once. He said orbital communications are an essential part of modern warfare, which means if the Alliance is the only one who can use them, they're at a huge advantage. The 3rd Armored Division is doing their best to even the odds however they can, but it's getting more and more difficult to hold their ground. As long as the device remains active, I can't see the situation improving for them either. We've been trying to see if we can find a way to turn things around, but so far, no such luck. I'm sure Lemmy'd be able to bust it up no trouble if we get close enough to it. But with the way with the way they're watching the skies, it's not like we could just fly up to it and go to town or anything. No matter the reason, the situation on the Highlands at present is perilous. We've managed to escape harm so far by fleeing here, but there's no guarantee that will always be the case. Personally, I think it's time we started preparing to leave the Highlands behind and move elsewhere. Does it really have to come to that? Very well, I'll help you to prepare. Would you be willing to wait until after that for me to come with you? But... You're sure, Gaius? I think it's all he can do. We should start preparing to evacuate at once, then. We'll need to decide what to do about Charl, too, since her father is likely staying behind at Zinder Gate. Please, hold on a moment. This war was started by the Empire, and the responsibility for dragging Nord's people into it is Erebonia's alone. Why should you have to abandon your homeland because of something you have nothing to do with? That can't be right. Well, I agree, but... It pains me to leave as well, but I don't see what other choice we have. You saw the dangers we face if we stay. Jaegers hiding near our settlement. Bloody battles cropping up every day. The most important thing is keeping our families safe. If we have to lose our home to do that, so be it. Are you really okay with that? Last time we were here, you told us how you loved everything about this land. I'd never seen someone speak as fondly of their home as you did then. Answer me one more time. Are you really okay with just leaving that home behind? Reen, please. We haven't exhausted our options yet. There's still a way to make it so that you can stay here and keep everyone safe. So why not give that a shot before we give up completely? You couldn't mean stopping the jammer ourselves. Like, do it without Lammy's help? Exactly. The Noble Alliance is focusing all its energy into fighting the 3rd Armored Division. So if a third party like us shows up out of nowhere, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to catch them off guard and disable it. It doesn't sound easy. You sure you want to do that? Don't forget, you'd be fighting the Noble Alliance head-on. Naturally, we won't be cooperating directly with the Imperial Army. But what the Alliance is doing is hurting more than just the military. It's stopping communications with Zinder Gate. And they're taking advantage of that by using Jaegers to control the Highlands. We can't stand back and allow the people of Nord to be threatened like that. Yeah, I agree. The people here have done so much for us. Yeah, it's only fair that we help them out, right? Are you ready to give it all we've got? I'm with Reen. We should do whatever we can. At this point, any word of protest would fall on deaf ears. Thank you, all of you. Count me in. To hear you guys say that you want to protect this land as if it were your own means more than words can ever say. That's good to hear. I'd grumble about how you can't help but poke your noses into trouble every single time you find it. But I've just accepted that's what you do at this point. Ah, to be young again. Indeed. Seeing all of you fired up reminds me just how important it is to fight to protect the things that matter most to you. Leave contacting the Lieutenant General to us, and we'll leave this matter entirely in your capable hands. May the winds of the goddess and the goddess guide your path. Thank you. We won't let you down. Right, time to get to work. We need to find a way to that watchtower, otherwise we're not going to be able to do jack squat. Yeah, have Matt Foley, motivational speaker, actually give you a hand on that for saying jack squat out the top of his lungs and really loudly too. Yeah, we can't exactly barge our way in through the front door considering who we're up against. Yep, with those soldats on guard, I doubt we'd even make it that far. We're gonna need to find a way to get into the place without them noticing us. Are there any routes that would get us there without passing them? Wait, I know! Did you think of something? Yeah, one of those areas we investigated during our field study. Remember the area where those orbital mortars that attacked the watchtower were set up? Oh! That's right. You can't see that area from the watchtower. I doubt the Alliance is aware of what happened then either, so it wouldn't be on their radar. That's the perfect spot to sneak in. Elisa, good call. Really? Yep, totally possible. It sounds like our best choice. We should travel there on horseback as soon as we're prepared. Oh, and maybe we should drop by and talk to the Elder before we leave. He may have something else he could use our help with. Life seems to be tough for everyone here these days. Okie dokie. They've all been really, really nice, so we should return the favor. Fair enough. We can drop by there before leaving then. I appreciate it. Elisa and Milliam joined the party. Reen and Elisa can use the overdrive when linked with one another, as well as Reen and Milliam. Yep. Traveling to your destination along the southern part of the Highlands will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished and unaccepted quests will no longer be available. You can now use the quick travel menu across the Highlands by pressing the X button. The quick travel menu is accessible in the north, south, and northeast parts of the Highlands. It will allow you to instantly travel to neighboring maps, making it easier to cross from one side to the other. Yeah, we could definitely do that, but if anything, I think we're at a good spot where we can go ahead and we can end off this episode right now. So I'm going to go ahead and save our progress and say that it's time to actually quit for tonight. So yeah, if anything, we made a lot of progress tonight, and more than usual, and I guess that makes up for it really well, seeing as how tomorrow night I will actually be going live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, if anything, and we'll be returning to this game once more. So yeah, for tomorrow night when we get back to Trails of Cold Steel 2, we're going to help Gaius, Elisa, and Milliam go near the spot where the watchtower is, and we're going to see if we can actually try to destroy the orbital jammer that's destroying the orbital communications and help out the Imperial Army in any way we can. We'll see how long fate gets us by then. So anyway, guys, as I expressed heavily before at the beginning of this episode, make sure you do follow me on Facebook and Twitter for your social media feeds, and that way you'll stay up to date and notified whenever I go live with my live streams. And if you like what you see, then be sure to hit that follow button right above the video player, so that way you're notified of whenever I go live with my live streams through email. And if you like me as a content creator, be sure to follow me on youtube.com/RRPGReviews, and be sure to follow me on the Geek Fighters, which is a collab group that I do with both 16-Bit Jeff and Fighter Chaos. And we do live streams of games every Saturday, and currently we are playing El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron, and we will be returning for that tomorrow night. Or tomorrow afternoon, rather. So be sure to follow us on there as well. And be sure to follow 16-Bit Jeff and Fighter Chaos with their individual Twitch streams as well. And be sure to join our Discord group if you have not done so already, so that way you'll stay up to date with us on there as well. And you can also use that as an alternative means to stay up to date with my live streams as well as our live streams too. And if you want to get easier access to those locations that you can actually, instantly get to, then be sure to scroll down the video player of what you see for the live streams, and you will actually see a bunch of tabs that's right below the video player, and that will take you to those proper destinations where you can actually visit not only my social media feeds and my YouTube channel for my created content, as well as the Twitch pages for the Geek Fighters, Fighter Chaos, and 16-Bit Jeff, as well as our Discord server as well. So anyway, guys, I have to get off here. It's already been late as is, and I'm getting pretty tired, and I want to go to bed. So to sign off on this live stream, I just want to say to you all, have yourselves a great morning, a great afternoon, and mostly a great evening. But for the most part, you all have yourselves a very fantastic day. This is RRPG signing off by saying Godspeed, and game on, gamers. Peace out.